Chat, welcome. We've done it. We found CJCJ. He decided to join us. However, we've lost Dazerin, so now we're waiting for Dazerin to come back. He's making it a hot chocolate. So as soon as he is back, we're going to get started. But welcome to the stream in the meantime. Hope you're all doing well. tbates, you were saying something there about not having many EU players in your list, and obviously that's a great joke. But would you like to elaborate on that for chat?
I mean, I don't want to disappoint chat in and of itself. I mean, y'all hear me on FT, man. I've been gassing the European region more so than some of your Europeans themselves. So, I mean, if there's not that many EU people in here, you're just getting all the facts necessary. I'm not going to gas a region that doesn't deserve it, and that goes for all these other regions too. This might be NA heavy, so just be prepared.
CJ, have you... I'm guessing you're making the list right now as we speak. How's it coming along?
Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you guys, been a bit flat out. But the list, it's coming together. I just found out a minute ago what the exact criteria was for it. So I've got a good idea of who I want to have on my list. And hopefully, if we can get 15 players, that's going to be a win. And apparently some honourable mentions as well. So I'll be ready.
Well, you only need one honourable mention. The honourable mention is kind of just so that we can reveal who's not on the list. Like ahead of time. Okay. It's kind of like a big spoiler. So maybe pick a spicy one for that. Yumi actually slept in. His phone was his alarm wasn't on because his phone died, but he still got here before CJ. He's rushed to get here. So welcome, Yumi. How are you feeling?
Hey, yeah, pretty tired. My voice will eventually warm up and I'll be ready to go. And I also am just making my list. It's going to be terrible, but we'll have some fun, I'm sure.
Good. Right. Dazerin, do a quick mic check. Let's make sure we've got everybody here. We can get started.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can chat hear me?
All right, chat. Spam ones if you could hear everybody, including myself, loud and clear, and we'll kick this off with the honorable mentions. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of ones. I'll start us off because I'm confident. I've had this ready. Like I'm prepared. Quite a simple one, really. But I'm sure still a lot of discussion will be had. But my honorable mention, because top 15 is pretty hard to round down to. You've got to leave some pretty good players out. And for me, one of FaZe's star players just didn't make the list. I only had space in the top 15 for one FaZe player. So my honorable mention will be the other one, and that is First Killer. Just didn't quite get in. Sorry, man.
tbates.
Oh god, I thought it was me. I was panicked.
Are you trolling? This has to be a troll.
No, there's only space for... You're only space for the top 15.
Surely you're trolling, right?
Well, FaZe
top
have to
15.
even get through Swiss if they want to be considered having.
Surely you're okay. So let me get this clear.
You can't
this is the top 15 players that you expect to be the top 15 players of Sweden. So at the end of Sweden, theoretically speaking, if you take away team performance, put in team performance a little bit.
Individual performance, yeah.
But individual performance. You have First Killer outside the top 15?
Yeah, I don't think they're making top 8. I think FaZe losing Swiss and First Killer is going to look decent, but not top 15.
He's going to look decent?
Yeah, decent. I think he's going to get... Yeah, there's only space. It's probably pretty obvious, but there's only space in top 15 for one FaZe player, and I had to pick one of them. Not First Killer.
He averages 475 a game? That man?
Yeah, not Sweden, though.
A goal a game? 0.82 goals per game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's in NA, so like
the hardest region.
He didn't even make it through NA Swiss to top 8 like every time. This is like a whole other level. So how's he gonna get through Swiss? Explain that. See, you can't explain that.
He get through Swiss very effortlessly. Who does he play first round? Vitality.
Yeah, so
man.
Start off 0-1.
Johnny. Start 0-1 against that team? We must be watching two different Vitalities. You even said on your stream that team's very interesting to watch. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, they're still gonna beat FaZe though. Come on, they're gonna beat FaZe.
Is Very Peak gonna average more than 400 for any series ever since 2018? I don't think I've seen it in years. But go ahead. Hopefully you get land up.
I think Fairy Peak got more points per game than Alpha against BDS. So he's not that bad. Come on, they're gonna beat FaZe.
Alpha dropped 1,000 2 times.
Yeah, but I think points per game Fairy was still higher. There was 2 other games.
How you lose when somebody drops 1,000 2 times?
It was long games, long OTs. Anyway, we're just on honorable mentions here, guys. Just jump in. If anybody's got a good honorable mention, just go for it. Let's hear it.
Wow.
See, I thought my honorable mention was going to be crazy, but yours is actually crazy. See, my honorable mention is it's understandable.
Here we go.
It's Turbo Poster. Outside the top 15 for land. And I know a lot of people are gonna say that Mr. 4-time all. I don't hear none of that. Last time land happened, that was 2 years ago. He had Justin and Garrett.
Everybody's question marks again. Oh no, this stream's gonna be a disaster. They're all saying that you're trolling.
Now listen,
I like here that tbates says Turbo Pulsar and then argues himself on Turbo Pulsar.
No, I was just giving the rationale behind other people who would think that Turbo Pulsar deserves to be on this list. I'm letting you know he doesn't deserve to be, because all I got to see is that 4% shooting percentage. He's been playing with God. He's been playing with God amongst boys in Atomic this semester. In this split, he still can't win anything. Yeah, semester. I'm stuck in school, guys. Don't go to school.
All right, Dazerin, who's your honorable mention? Who didn't make the cut?
Sorry, I'm still in shock. I'm like recovering from both of y'all. My honorable mention. Wow, now I think about it, I'm missing so many players here. The one that I initially had on the list, I took off the list, so I would say he's the honorable mention, Archie.
What? What?
You're making faces on first killer, and then you mentioned Archie. What are y'all watching? The man just averaged 650 in the finals. He averaged 650. And you have him outside the 15.
That's crazy.
When does anybody ever average 650 in a set? That is crazy. Outside that, bro. Do you watch Rocket League?
Of score per game out of anybody I've seen. You're the biggest arguer proponent of score per game. Like, I'm sorry, like you like ball chasing.
Okay, I know. Like, their stats are one thing, but when you're averaging 650, man, he's averaging 650 points. You know how hard that is. Wow.
How do we get this? Like, we're not even started, and the chat's already so mad. We need to move on, right? Yummy.
How do you have Archie and first killer outside the top 15? I don't understand.
Somebody says we waited 30 minutes for this. That's a good point, right? Yummy, please move us along.
Well, I still don't have a list, but I thought this was really funny to put, so I went first killer as well.
What? Did you actually?
I'm not gonna make it, bro. I'm not gonna make it past 12. I'm gonna have to call I'm gonna have the EMS on speed dial, bro. My heart's gonna be pumping too much. There's no way.
Oh,
CJ, listen, I understand you don't have a list, CJ, but come on, give us something. Give us something logical.
All right. Let's all just bring it down a level, okay? It's honorable mentions time. We're not at the top yet. So I'm going to kick it off. And chat, I'm just going to need some round of applause when I give this one. My honorable mention, who I'd say he's my favorite player to watch on Complexity. It's going to be Shad. I'm looking forward to seeing a good performance from him.
Respectable.
It's going to be Shad. Looking forward to seeing
Why are they clapping? Chat, stop clapping. CJ's making this up as he goes along.
I need Besley. Yeah, I need some support. Thank you.
All right, CJ. Since you're doing really well, you're actually quite good at this. Continue. Do 15 as well. Keep it good. We need to get a good start.
I don't have an order yet, John. So that's what I'm really struggling. All right, a 15 on the list. We're going to kick it off. We just continue the applause as we're going here. We're going to continue it off or kick it off or continue whatever we say. Now, look, hear me out here. This player may not be the best player on the team at the moment, but what he does have is a little bit of World Championship experience. Number 15 on the list, I have to put the King card in there at number 15. He's going to have a stellar performance from the King.
The King is here. The King is here. I'll clap for that one. I love to see the King in the top 15.
Chat,
love
stop
that.
The clapping. Chat, stop the clapping. There's a man he has an honorable mentions to who left that region, went to a better region, and his arguably the best player on that team. And he put the other guy who was from the weaker region above him. Chat, don't clap for him anymore. It's just hypocrisy.
I didn't clap for Chat.
Look at this guy pooing on regions. Wow.
Sorry, what was your honorable mention?
Turbo Poster.
Yeah, okay, continue.
All right, teammates, 15.
All right, see, at 15, I thought the person that Johnny was leading up to this. I thought he was gonna say this name as the other phase player rather than the other one that he mentioned. But I got a 15 AJ. I think he's mechanically really gifted, and he's gonna really ball out. I'm not gonna look at precedent too much from other lands, but when he is at season time, he did perform well. And I think that's going to continue, especially when he's got FK on his team with Alu backing him up. So I got 15 AJ.
How can you all complain about me putting first killer honorable mention when you got AJ 15? That's like they're like the same right now.
In terms of what?
Well, AJ, I think AJ is outperforming first killer marginally, and he's got more line experience. So how do you go first killer over AJ right now? I don't understand that.
Outperforming him how?
I don't know. He just looks more effective in offense. Consistent on defense. Effective. Yes. What else do you want?
We watching 2 different Rocket Leagues.
Didn't First Killer tell AJ to just go attack like in the first event where their grand final against NRG? They lost the second series, and then First Killer's like, actually, AJ, you take the reins, buddy. You got this. And then AJ just did whatever he wanted, and they won.
Yeah, because First Killer's a better player, so he's got to adjust to AJ, because AJ can't adjust to him as well, maybe.
Nah, it's because First Killer couldn't do it.
I'd be with Johnny on this because I would want to see tbates mad, but First Killer does actually outperform AJ in every stat category. Literally every single one.
Nah, I like AJ more right now, and the LAN experience is relevant. He's got LAN experience. First Killer's brand new to this. Everybody's talking about how important LAN experience. You just wait until the end of this list when we get to the very top. Dazerin's going to be talking about LAN experience, so don't deny it right now.
I'm not going to be talking about LAN experience that great. My list is consistent. I like to say I'm taking a little bit of LAN experience precedent, but it's not that. It's been 2 years. I'm not going to bring them up too much. It's been too long.
Well, that's why it'll fail.
All right, let's continue. Dazerin, 15.
Number 15, I have Metza from Endpoint. I think for me, Metza definitely not the best player on Endpoint, but Endpoint's number one team, and that boot camp has been working out really fantastic for them. That LAN experience that Metza has, you're right, Johnny. I'm bringing up that LAN experience. That's a big proportion. I think it's going to be big for Endpoint here as well. The fact that Metza can really, bring the team in. I got to put him at 15 for that.
Okay. I like the Metza pick personally. What about you guys?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's nice to put it in because I wasn't expecting Metza in the top 15.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
I think that guarantees the other 2 Endpoint players, in my opinion, but that's just me. We're going to see.
Do you rate Relating Wave over Metza right now?
100%. No question to ask. He's too dominant. He's too nice. He's actually a really good player. Fits in well.
Too nice? You mean like
boy.
good or
we're in the top
nice?
15 good boys list. Then Relating Wave is certainly
Wave's cold, man. They wouldn't be able to win without Wave playing well. That's all I got to say.
All right, Yummy, 15. Who you got?
I had to put it down for my boy Realize, number 15. Realize, let's go.
How?
They can come dead last, and Realize is still gonna be smashing out the stats. He's a lad. He's done it all season long. He's the top scorer of APAC for sure.
Oh, the claps coming in.
It's going to be amazing. Watching Realize on LAN for the second time. LAN experience over most of these guys. That's actually a joke, but he's going to be good. Trust me.
Look at the claps coming in for Realize. Everybody's showing respect to the beast from the east.
And shout out to the guy that said, why is OCE always brown? Card is not from OCE, so
it's actually the reason I go with this color is because we're in dark mode, so there is no orange. That's the equivalent of orange in dark mode. So sorry about that, chat. You're just gonna have to go with brown.
And yes, Realize is better than First Killer. That's all I have to say.
Ooh, you do have Realize above FK. That's crazy. Chat, I'm well on my way. Just keep on applauding for Bates. Bates will bring you to the promised land.
Listen, we agree on something, T-Bates, and that's AJ's number 15. Like I said, I only had space in the top 15 for one phase player. AJ, I just went with him. He's got LAN experience. First Killer doesn't. I feel like they've been somewhat evenly effective for the team, and I'm going with AJ in the list. First Killer just on the wrong side of it.
The very wrong side. But
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll roll with it.
We'll see. I think if they make bracket, First Killer will do well. But I don't know. If in Swiss, FaZe are never that impressive. I don't think they're getting past Swiss. So that's like why I can't put them too high. It's just the way I see it going. I don't think it's going to happen. I'll continue here so we can vary it up a little. So my 14, actually, let me make sure I get this right. Yes, okay. So I do have Relating Wave at 14. We were just talking about him. And I agree. He, who was it that said? Endpoint don't win unless he's playing well. That was UT-based. Yeah, I agree.
Can I join you on that, by the way?
No way. Actually, shut up. Look at this. Okay. You know the best part? I would not be surprised if you had the next one as well. I wouldn't be too surprised, but I wouldn't say who it is yet. Look at us. That's so cute.
There's 48 players to pick from, and you guys have got 2 in order. That's
he's
15
talking,
and 14.
He's talking logic outside of FK, outside of top 15. Oh no, Johnny's on par. You got to give it to him.
We didn't compare notes actually. I'm dead serious. But let's get some more takes here. CJ 14.
Yeah. All right, so since we're sort of going random players for 14, I guess I'll chime in as well. At 14th spot on my list, we'll keep it blue. Now, this man has literally this beautiful man has fallen off a cliff for 2 years, and there's a massive reason for that because he has not been at LAN, and finally we're going to see this lovely Frenchman at LAN. It's going to be Chaussette at 14. It is not Kato.
Okay.
Chaussette, best player in the world when dream hacks are on, LANs are on. All of a sudden, we're online, and he literally can't hit the ball. There's something in that. I think he's back on LAN. He's ready to go.
Okay, can I jump on that real fast? CJCJ season forgotten Season 8 Worlds, which was the last LAN we had. I believe Chaussette was on a team called Reciprocity. How'd they do?
Oh, they should have won that. Well, not won that, but they should have did.
How'd they do? Somebody remind me. I think they were the one. Were they the 1 seed in EU or were they the 2 seed?
They were really good. Yeah,
They were the 1 seed. Did they
were the 1
make
seed.
bracket? Did they make bracket? Somebody remind me.
They did. They
Do you
got
remember
6th. They got 5th
Beyond the
6th.
summit.
Mm-hmm.
DreamHack,
Valencia.
2019, yeah.
That
What even was that? 2018?
Unbelievable.
2019?
Let's
I don't
all
remember
just-
what year that
19.
was.
I understand that there's a few people in chat that haven't been watching Rocket League for more than a month, but you guys need to realize what this man did at DreamHack Valencia. People were saying he's on his own level. Now surely we can get a little bit of that. Surely we can get a little snippet, and if he does, he's 14th on the list. He'll be fine.
Somebody's saying they got 7th at Madrid. Did they get 7th, 8th? Who got top 6? It was like Space Station, Pittsburgh Knights, Dignitas, Vitality, NRG.
Veloce.
Who was the other team? Was it really Veloce?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Over
well,
the top of Renegades.
to be fair, though,
who
that's
gold after 8 minutes.
to be fair though. You look at that bracket. It's Veloce Renegades on one side, and then the other side was like Reciprocity and then PK or something. I think. Yeah, they probably would have got 6th if they're on the other side of the bracket, but they didn't. So, Chat's right. 7th, 8th.
Unlucky. That was the last time we saw Chaussette at LAN, and he was on that decline from being like one of the best in the world, if not the best, and now he's nowhere near the best. So I just having him at 14 is interesting to me. But go ahead.
All right, Dazerin.
Man, that
Dazerin,
was so
14.
funny. That kid, you should Kata. Like, remember, I'm healing from my teeth, so my cheek a little sore.
Yeah.
Bust I'm laughing, seeing Kata. I'm gonna show.
Yeah. I was trying to predict. So I was like, all right, let me just guess who CJ's talking about here.
K-Dop hasn't been that bad in the last 2 years. He's been alright.
Oh, I like Kata.
Moments.
For me, my number 14, we're gonna keep it blue. It's gonna be Casio at 14. I have Casio in this spot just because Casio, when it comes down to it, Casio's peak is honestly he becomes the best player on the team when he's actually peaking. That's very rare, right? That is very rare.
What are y'all watching?
The best player on that team. And then on top of that, Casio has an IGLS role in that team in terms of team comps. He has LAN experience, and if he could do all those things at the same time, then I think we see Semper actually pop off. I mean, you need a little bit of everybody, but I'm telling you, Casio step up, then that team is really good. I have to put Casio at 14.
When has Casio ever been better than Archie? When? Who has Archie outside of?
I think it was Regional 2,
that?
actually. Which regional did
Regional
Semper do
1
really well
you're
in?
thinking of.
There was
you're thinking
one.
of Regional 1, but he had a great performance and they lost.
That's true. Because
Wait. Didn't Dazerin, was Archie your honorable mention?
Is Archie your
Archie
honorable
was
mention?
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
The man who averages 500 points. He
Oh
averages
my
500.
goodness.
Oh,
He
that's
averages
great.
500.
Yeah, and
if he
lose
has a
still.
good performance, he can be better than
So
Archie.
wait,
Therefore, he's better than Archie.
I
Listen,
swear.
if That's not what I'm saying he's doing more.
Dazerin.
Wait.
Dazerin, pause.
He has to do more here. What?
You called me out for saying AJ over First Skiller, saying that LAN experience is not enough to switch that, but you
I didn't
said
say
LAN
that.
experience
I
for
didn't say
Casio
that.
over Archie. I'm pretty sure.
I've used LAN experience for Metza, and I'm using LAN experience for Casio as well.
I bet you've used it for a lot of your players.
I have.
Every player.
Casio averages 318 points, by the way, throughout the whole entire split.
That's great. Did I ever bring up his average? I don't think I did. I brought up his peak, and I brought up the fact that
Archie
he has the
averages a
comms
goal
and the
per game.
experience.
Where's Casio at?
Oh,
Scrolling.
where's Archie's LAN experience?
You're going to hold that against him? He's 16, 15.
That's
No,
unlucky.
I'm sorry.
on a land with no crowd.
And it has no crowd. It's not like somebody's in his ear screaming and he's better. He's just going to be him playing against other guys, and he's going to be playing against the
I
guys.
understand that you're recency baits, like that's your new name, recency
Recency.
baits, but you're gonna have to like actually go with some history here on this one. You're gonna get educated. Just buckle up.
Yummy, 14. What do
Honestly,
you got?
My prediction is that we're very safe that Dazerin is wrong. I mean, I can't think of anything.
I'll second that.
One, but I'm joining it. This is the biggest super team in all the competition, and I had a tough time determining which player I'd have to put on, so I went to favorites, and we go with King Card. King Card is my number 14. He's gonna pop.
Wow.
Yes! Great call.
Starting to get on a lot of lists.
King Card is making some appearances. I like
We
that.
got some stock.
I like the card respect. But
Fury are gonna win worlds.
All I'm saying is y'all have card in all these lists. If y'all have card in all these lists, y'all better be having complexity players. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. If I see any Sam players, they better be complexity players.
Honorable mention. Honorable mention.
Come on,
Yeah.
you got another mention from CJ? Come on.
that's not enough, man. I feel like Chad the Chad. Right, Yummy, continue. Let's snake draft this. 13.
We're moving down under. And this is a player who I think could get very close to the top or could be number 48. And that is Fever in number 13. He's a very, very big unknown. He has been the best player in OCE at times, or the first two events. But he's also a massive placebo player. So who knows how he's going to be if his chair's slightly crooked at LAN, or his monitor's a bit high, or if there's a light over there. That's my worry about him.
I'm more worried about the fact that they won't make it out of Swiss, but okay.
Yeah, that's also a bit of a worry too, isn't it, CJ?
That's my thing.
But you don't have to make it out of Swiss.
You're not even a mod.
Hence why you guys are both going to have First Killer and AJ on your list. So,
I mean, if you know me so well. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is, Daz.
My number 13 is JNaps on G2. I think JNaps, again, is one of those other players. Talk about the lane experience, of course, yes, but JNaps is also, I think he is, if the best assist player in North America right now. And I think that's...
now he's bringing out the stats.
You're bringing up numbers. Remember the numbers that you didn't care about?
No, you score, okay? You use actual score.
Because assists mean more. You mean when you can just hit the ball down the field and you do absolutely nothing for 4 seconds and you get an assist for that? Yeah, that matters.
Goals, right? Assist means goals were scored, right? So I think that's a bigger proponent than how many numbers you put up, how many times you touch the ball, tbates. But we got this conversation later. That being said, JNaps helps G2 score. G2, one of the best teams in the NA right now, are looking in their prime. I got to put JNaps on the list.
That's your first respectable place, I guess. But I mean, the fact that you brought up the numbers, the hypocrisy going around this set already.
No, I just think score is useless to bring up.
Okay, well, when you're averaging 500, it means something. It means something.
Do you get points in RLCS score for like driving into your teammate after a goal? The high five, low five stuff, does that count towards score?
No,
I think it does. I think it does.
Like 10 points.
You get points for that?
5 points, I think. I think it's 5 points for a low five, and then if it's an aerial bump, I think you get 10 points.
Archie got 100 low fives.
What if they're stat padding? What if they're stat padding? Cassio and Archie, they're just high fiving after.
That's why tbates defended it so much, because he used to be a stat padder. We know about your CRL, right?
Yeah, but they didn't really score enough for it to make a difference.
That's true.
All right. Well, let's hand over to the best list. All right, let's everyone just come back to reality a little bit. We're getting into fairy tale land when the other four speak, but we're coming back. All right, we're number 13 on the list. I'm gonna have Justin. Nah, just kidding. Number 13 on the list. We are going to look. I want a little bit more color on the list. Yummy put Fever, and I think we're all forgetting when this bloke absolutely pulled NRG's pants down in Season 6. It's going to be Kami. Dominated. Carried Chiefs. If you don't remember it again, I'm just bringing up some OG picks. I'm bringing up some OG picks that people might not be remembering the series, but I know there's some people in chat that are remembering some specific series back at LAN.
Wait, CJ, do you have yourself on this list?
I'm number 1, so just continue on.
Okay, bring up 20.
Right, but how many LAN victories has Kami had since then? How many series wins has Kami had at LAN since then?
Since Season 6?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. Moving on.
It doesn't take long to count. It's 1, Yep, that's it.
Wait, who did they beat again? Was it 3 Sins? Or something?
They beat Loki.
Loki, that's who it was.
Season 8.
That's right. OCE greater than Sam. Are they undefeated against Sam on RLCS lines?
Yeah,
they are.
In a 3-2.
Yes.
Undefeated. I want to see more of that. It's Sweden. Meanwhile, tbates 13.
This is where my list starts getting really difficult. I felt like 14, 15 pretty easy for me. After here, it started. It started getting a little bit more difficult for me. I felt like these people are a little bit interchangeable. I want to swap my 11 and 13 right now, but it's whatever. My 13 will be yours.
Wait, what? Why are you swapping 11 and 13? Why wouldn't you?
What did, wait.
I like where 12 is.
Where's 12? You like where 12 is?
You like 12. Wait, what did you just say? Did you just say Jarius?
Yeah, Jarius.
Ooh.
So you deliberately said that? That wasn't a mistake? My goodness.
Why? Is that a bad pick? I think it's a great pick. I think he's been quite
that's unlucky for you, because I'm not going to be with you on that one. I'll just say that.
You're not joining me with Jarius?
No shot.
Go ahead.
This might be spoilers. Do we think he's going to be Jarius, like Abjack? Like, what are we thinking on Dig? Like, are we spoiling lists here if we talk about this? Because I'm actually interested in who's going to be the best player on Dig. Because I don't really know. Because Scrub's the shittest, but he's got the landing experience. So he could pop off.
Yeah.
But Abjack has like the mental.
I
Jarius has
think
probably more mech.
I think Abjack is the best player on Dig consistency wise. Now, if we're talking about peak, like in whatever they call it, the second European regional, Jarius looked unstoppable. But is he gonna hit that again? 'Cause he didn't play at that again in the next one. But SK was playing actually the best he's ever played since probably Vitality, if we're being honest. So I think Abjack's is the most consistent out of the three. So
Jarius 13. Man, I've seen it all.
Why?
Let's
I know you got on top 5 somehow. It's fine.
we'll see. Only top 5. Anyway, 13. We'll get to 5 later. 13. Surprised we haven't seen any mention of this region yet, but I'll be the first, gladly. I'm gonna go with TRK for 13. I think this guy's unbelievable. He's got the mechanics. He's gonna need to be the Khaled for this team, for Sandrock at this LAN, because Khaled's not there. TRK is going to need to do what he used to do on Falcons, and I think he's going to be able to do it quite well.
Can you make it yellow?
I don't know if I can, because yellow is a weird color. Let's try. It's too similar.
I'm just thinking
it's very
my,
similar to
color
orange.
coordination chart that I usually do.
I see. It looks very similar to orange. You see, they're both kind of the same.
Okay,
yellow and orange are kind of identical. So
time to change orange then.
Yeah, well, I'm not putting a Middle East player in then because the colors don't look good.
The colors don't look good, so they don't make the cut.
It's okay. Realize in Middle East and APAC, they could just be the same colors because there's only 2 teams there, so they can just be.
And often they
color.
have competitions together anyway. So.
And it is still Asia. Oh, it's me again. 12. Right. Okay. I think you guys probably won't have a problem with this one. The next one you're gonna hate, but right now we're good. 12. Alpha 54. He's carrying his team, but is not any better than this right now. I think this is as good as you could put Alpha. Even though, like, I think as a player, he's still one of the best in the world. The team performance is gonna drag him outside the top 10.
That's crazy.
The team performance is gonna drag him down that much. He is probably gonna average about 550. Probably drop 1,000 a couple times.
Yeah, but still though, you
him
can't.
in first car probably gonna drop 1,000 most of everybody at this land. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
But if they don't make bracket, how can you put them top 10?
Is that his fault, or is that just the ineptitude of his teammates?
I bet you can't know somebody's top 10 if they don't even make bracket. Like the Swiss
you
games
can
are
know
not the
because
same.
when he's got some people on his team who might not be doing much of anything on the field. I mean, it's just fairly apparent at that point that maybe he needs some.
Yo, Jory is at 13. Where are you saying Alpha 12 is bad? What? This is crazy.
Jorius was hard for me to rank.
Think Jory?
Because Jorius doesn't always play like he can play.
He's better than Alpha every event. Just comfortably better than Alpha every single event.
Every event?
Yes. There hasn't been one event Alpha's better than Jorius.
He's a better team than Vitality. What?
Because they're all 3 players.
Because the players are better.
Say it. Because all 3 players are what?
Doing better than Vitality's players.
Yeah, no, I'll say it for you, because all 3 players are competent. Now, Vitality's got 2 questionable people. Vitality's got 2 questionable people that we might have to start considering whether or not they're league worthy. But, I mean, I'm just saying.
Competent. Jory is 13. Anyway, right, who's your 12 then? This is... You've got chance for redemption, teammates, but 2 bad ones in a row, and we need to have a conversation.
No, my list is phenomenal. At my number 11. Oh, is this 12?
12. You liked this one, you said. You liked him at 12.
I do like him at 12, and you know who it is? It's gonna surprise all y'all. It's Mist. Mist is at 12. I like him at 12 right now. Move them down. I haven't felt like my boy's been on his game as of late. I understand that he's had somebody.
We also know you have atomic number 1, so that's okay.
Not necessarily. That's not necessarily true.
That's true.
Now listen. I understand that.
Not necessarily.
Right now, Johnny.
Miss has been having to hold down the back line even more so than normal because someone on the field only shoots 4% when it matters most, and I'm not going to name any names right there, Turbo. But with that being said, I mean, like, his doubles haven't been falling. His lack of clutch shooting isn't usually on par. Usually being about the top 7 of this, but moving down 12 for now. He'll be able to regain after plan's over.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay.
CJ.
Well, obviously, if anyone knows how I do lists, I need a little bit of red. So we're off to the land of the Americas. Not sure how well they'll go at the land, apart from maybe one team, but we have to put this guy after tbates just shat on him. We've got to put Turbo at 12. There's no way we can have Turbo land without Turbo performing. I don't think there's no land where Turbo is just the out-and-out absolute superstar dominating. He just doesn't. He's just probably not good enough. But what he is a land boy. And he'll show up on the day, and I think that they can get a top 8, top 4.
CJ,
and he'll be.
Do you find it sad that you had to find an American player, so you put a Swedish player in there, a European player?
That is true. I'm really struggling actually.
No Americans on the list for CJ yet. 0.
So
Yummy as well.
Yeah. Anyway, Turbo. It's a land thing. Like, how do you shit on Turbo? He's won 500 world championships.
Won back in
what
20.
do you mean? That is like the worst argument. It's like all these people have never played on land before. They're still bad at their first land. There's no excuse about like, but everyone else.
Justin was not bad at his first land.
Okay, yeah. There's obviously exceptions, like Justin, maybe Seiko. We might see depending on how he goes. But for the most part, you need the experience. It doesn't matter if it was 2 years ago. People are going to be taking it like a duck to water. If I rode a bike 2 years ago, T-Bates, I'm still going to know how to ride a bike. All right.
What have I done? Sorry about the flashbang.
What is going on?
Sorry about the flashbang. I did not mean to do that. That was not what I meant to click. My bad. Sorry. We're back to normal.
All right. Are you ready for me, Johnny?
Yes.
I see you doing a little movement there.
I was trying to fix this, but I got it. Okay, chat's forgotten of everything CJ just said. We've blanked that from their memory.
Who's the worst player on the team that Daz is going to put here and say is above the best player? You got Squishy?
Like
you going to throw Squishy in here?
There's no way he throws all 3 energy players in here. It's not possible. It's not.
We ready?
Man,
okay.
They pay you a lot.
There's just no way.
For number 12.
Okay, I'm ready.
I got Mist at 12. I agree with Bates. I think Mist is definitely a top 15 player. I think that Envy have a really good chance in Sweden overall, but they need everybody to be kind of like locked in. But yeah, you got to put Mist on there. Much respect to Mist, but I'd say about maybe like 2 players here in the rest of my list. A lot of these guys have been consistently performing well. So yeah, I got to put Mist at 12.
All right. 12 for Mist from 2 people. Yummy, will this be your first American player? Will it be Mist?
How'd you guess? Hey, well, this guy is incredible, and these guys he could be up the top of the list. I mean, these guys could come first. But he has to fight for the spotlight. So AJ's here at number 12. If he was on a team like, last season on FaZe, then he'd be higher up just because he gets the free like extra time on the ball.
So, okay, you've got AJ here. Not a lot of room above. I'm not expected to see first killer either, if that's the case.
He was my honorable mention. Remember?
He was your honorable mention. That's right.
I was listening just like should be disqualified immediately. The moment I said first killer outside the top 15. I don't even know how you managed.
No, I think it's fair. First killer equals AJ. That's as simple as all you got to say.
That's a bad math equation.
Well, it's like AJ slightly greater than first killer. Sorry.
The calculator will not be able to compute that.
Yeah, that's why you don't use a calculator for everything. Sometimes it's better to just go improvise. Like I don't remember last time I used a calculator. tbates. I've left university a long time ago. Left college. It's in the past.
Still in it. Unfortunate for me.
Once you finish once you graduate from your final math class, you're allowed to, just live without a calculator from then on.
I want your life.
It's just how it is. Mental math. That's all you need. Yummy. It's you again. 11.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be joining you, Johnny Boy, the best player on the worst team, Alpha 54. Got to throw him a little bit of a shout out. Sort of like Realize, even if they go 0-3, then we're expecting him to be able to show some moves.
Pretty good. I like that. Close enough. I think everybody's already expressed their disdain at Alpha at 12, so let's continue. back to Dazerin at 11.
All right, y'all not gonna like this one. Well, some of y'all not gonna like this one. This is the only player of this team that I have on this list, and my number 11 is no, not him. The NA version. We have First Killer at number 11. First Killer's at 11. I think that's like a middle spot, not too crazy. I think like FaZe, I don't really expect him to do well. I put First Killer at 11 on this list, one, because yes, he does have LAN experience. DreamHack Dallas 2018, I cast him there. It was a little LAN, but it was LAN experience. You can't say you don't got LAN experience. And I think that First Killer's hungry, and I think that he will do well this event. But I don't think he'll be one of the best players at the event. So that's why I got him at 11.
I feel like you called out Johnny Boy for saying LAN experience, and now you're bringing up a 2018.
You bring it up a lot.
I didn't call out Johnny Boy for LAN experience.
Oh, Dazerin,
I told everybody I was using LAN experience on my list.
No, I actually said that. I was like, I bet Dazerin's going to use that. I said this.
Yeah, he called me out, and I said he was right.
Hey, Dazerin.
We've got the VOD enabled. It's there for everybody to see.
You made a big deal about First Killer being 15,
red-handed.
honorable mention, and then you have him at 11.
Yeah.
You made a really big deal about that.
You're not doing Diz very proud right now. I mean, come on.
That's probably right. That's probably right.
Whose role is going to root for, by the way, in that first matchup? FaZe versus Semper. He's got First Killer and Archie. That's going to be tough for the man.
Wait, FaZe is playing Semper? I thought they were playing Vitality.
They're playing Vitality.
Oh, yeah, wait, you're right. Who do you think you would root for in FaZe versus Semper, though?
He's rooting for FaZe.
FaZe?
Sorry.
Yeah, he's rooting for FaZe. He definitely has First Killer way higher on his list than I do mine.
Yeah, he has First Killer number 2 at least.
All right, CJ, it's back to you. Oh, by the way, Daz, turn your mic up if you can.
Number 11 on my list. I've got a little trend here. I'm going a little bit outside. I'm thinking outside the box a little bit. You feel me? I'm thinking a little bit wider than you guys. You guys are very inside the box type of people. You know what I mean? Like
he's got up.
However, there's a reason why this bloke hasn't quite been absolutely dominant lately, and I firmly believe it's because he just doesn't play the game. Now, in the next 2 weeks, he will actually have to play the game, which is why I think this guy will be the dominant force on Vitality, and it's going to be Fairy Peak.
Yeah, actually, I can confirm he did have less hours than Alpha going into the final regional. So the logic is there, but I still think you're very bold for having him at 11.
The skill isn't there. The skill. What does Fairy Peak bring to the table? And you watch him. You're like, man, he's doing something that's going to help.
He brings medals. He brings medals. All right.
Yeah.
And he's
set on the field. The medals are
going to
with him
hold those bad boys at LAN. He's going to walk out with them, and he's just going to gain superpowers. It's like Turbo. He just walks out. Turbo is coming to so many LANs playing like absolute donkey, and he just comes out absolutely performing. And it's same with K-Dub, I
still
guess.
plays like donkey, but still.
Still wins.
Accidentally scores, accidentally demos people, accidentally flicks the ball at the end of his flip. Yep, it's happened many times. Oh, Turbo's here. What's up?
I got you, Turbo. Don't worry.
I don't. The most mechanically gifted LAN there will ever be, and we have people who can't go for flip resets or anything else, or even like be creative with the ball, and they're making the top 15 somehow. The people are too talented.
Say you've got Turbo and then put in 12.
Bates, how much do you know about a Rocket League LAN? I'm just curious. Like, I know you ain't never played in one, but like, how much you know about like a Rocket League LAN? Because it's definitely so much different than online, even if it is.
Wait,
like
Daz,
a studio.
have you played at a LAN?
I've been to enough to know how they play. I've been to enough. I've been to about 4, 5, 6 of them.
Yeah.
You can ask any player that's played at LAN that they are very different than online.
It's different, yeah.
That's an appeal to authority.
Do online, they do not do at LANs.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was 2 years ago. And I'm letting you know right now, I feel like it's going to be very different, especially for this first one without a crowd. That's all I got to say. All right. Is it my turn?
I guess so, yeah.
It is, yeah.
All righty. Chat, you can go ahead and downvote me right now. Because the name I'm about to mention, y'all aren't going to like. Because I got to read. He's lucky he's at his one. Because as I just said earlier, I wanted to swap him with Jorius. But I sat there for a while and thought. I'm going to respect what he did and what he's done. But at a number 11, it's Monkey Moon. Just put him down.
I finally got it right.
And let me tell y'all why it's Monkey Moon. Okay, he's not a leader. He's not a leader at all. When every single time Mark by 8 messes up late by 8, missing his date by 8, every single time he messes up, his face is in his hands, he's freaking out. He's all out of it. When you got the nerve, the audacity to tweet out 3 weeks before land, oh, we gotta work on the comms, man. Oh, yeah. Just subtweeting your own teammates, I don't want to hear it. Okay, you know what that means? You gotta have to go sit next to him at land. At land, you gotta sit right next to him. Can you respect him? I don't think you can. Okay, if you're that confident, I still don't think he's deleted the tweet. I still don't think he has.
I think he did, didn't
he? They delete the tweets. They delete the tweets. He tweeted too. He tweeted twice.
I think that means I think it means even more when he deleted it, though. I think that's like, it speaks even more.
It's even worse. So you can't even lead your boys online after all that domination you had? Your ego's that self-inflicted? He's lucky he's number 11. Kyle's really thinking about putting him 14, 15 just for that. Because the lack of leadership is just crazy to me. How are you going to most win this team in the last year and you're coming at your teammates like that, man? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
I feel like T-Bates is so far down the Reddit rabbit hole that he's like queuing on for Rocket League right now.
because I speak the facts. Hashtag base number one. There's a reason people call me a madman, but then I come out being right. I don't know what it is.
Because you talk about team performance and what people bring to the field, and you talk about something that's off the field, a tweet.
That's a team, but that's team.
T-Base. How many times have you been right? You were so far down the SSG rabbit hole last time, and look what happened there. You've got so many predictions wrong, you know.
Adam like number 8, number 9.
They got beaten by a Sam team.
Hang on a minute. As the only person that predicted SSG to not make the major by mistake.
CJ, no. Listen. Pause.
Made the best prediction ever.
No.
I will actually come to T-Base's defense. This might be the only time where I haven't literally shook my head in disbelief at what he was saying. I'm European. There's some merit to that.
I predicted BDS to win every single regional, but I wouldn't if there was another one before this major after seeing that tweet. Honestly, that's what made me change my mind.
I don't mind the Monkey Moon in this spot. I just feel like, people look way too much into everything.
Nah, I think that tweet was trash. Sorry, that tweet was trash. It should never happen, and I think it tells us a lot about what's going on behind the scenes, a lot of what people are suspicious about. I actually agree. I agree with T-Base and CJ. I think the tweet tells us more than what meets the eyes.
This tweet? When did this tweet come out? I'm out the loop.
I got the screenshot right here.
I think he deleted it. He said something like right after the loss. He said,
was this last regional?
Comms, yeah. He said comms are important.
That's why.
Then in brackets, that's why we lost or something.
Yeah, he said, and I quote, comms is the key of the victory, in parentheses, that's why we lost, close parentheses, GG's at Cyber Esports, and good luck for the final. Maybe Sweden will help us to have more motivation. For now, we're just sleeping on the field.
Yeah, see that second bit, that's fine. I don't think I have a problem with that, but it's a bit about comms. It's sort of like, I don't know, seemed like a dig at his teammates, or seemed like a dig at their vibes.
It feels like they talk to each other over Twitter.
I do agree that it's even worse that he deleted it.
Yeah, I think it's worse. Yeah. It shows that, oh no, whoops, I shouldn't have done this. You realize like, because if he just tweeted that and he's like, oh no, I didn't. If he didn't mean like what we interpreted, then he would have left it up and explained it. But he deleted it, so he meant what we thought. Or maybe he got
sick of everybody responding to it.
Possibly. I think he probably meant what we think.
It was a terrible tweet.
Yeah.
His ego's inflated. And it's going to be a reason his team loses.
I don't know if his ego's inflated. I mean, they literally did win how many events last year? Like some ridiculous number. I mean, how can you not expect to win after that? It's not an ego. That's just like what happened last year. It's what been happening for a whole year. You've been winning. And then now you're not winning.
So why would you turn on your teammates that fast, though?
I don't think that's an ego. I think that might. I don't know if it's an ego thing. I think it might just be because things are going wrong, and when you get scored on and your teammates double committed with you, it is hard to be like, oh man, yeah, it's all right, no problem, we got the next one. Like eventually, after it happens so many times and you've lost 3 regionals in a row, I could see how after a whole year of winning, they would think like, okay, something's wrong.
Second twice and then a fourth, and
they got second, fourth.
Second, fourth.
Yeah, second, fourth.
Which is still good results in
It's pretty decent. It's decent, but like for them, I mean, it's okay. Well, I mean, for them, it's bad probably.
We've seen this regularly from like there's been multiple teams who have done really well at their first showing and then had really, really high expectations after that, and it's actually made them struggle a lot. And if BDS are not getting one win in the regional, even though I actually think it's perfectly fine for them mentally, it's actually going to be really difficult.
Yeah, it could be. We'll wait and see. I mean, I agree with the logic, but 11 is still, I'd say, pretty low. Because Monkeyman's, I think, he's still insane as a player. I think he's still one of the absolute best in the world. He's got to be top 10. He's got to. I don't see
FIFA 54 blaming K-Dub and Fairy Peak when he's dropping 1,000 both games and they're still losing. I don't see him winning. He just packs his bag, says no more boys, we'll get him at land.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I think it's really good for them. I said this on my stream the other day that they've got a break. I think the break is the best thing BDS could get because that might be able to solve this problem. We've seen that happen before, like new split and it's completely new like team. So it's not a new split, but there's a big gap between the last regional and the major. So that's like the only thing that could help them. That's why I said if there's another regional, 2 weeks after this one, I don't predict BDS winning online. No way. Not after like the 3 losses in a row and then that tweet and the bad vibes on cam. I don't try
the camera. I've been talking about the camera pass since the RLCSX championship.
I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody having a negative reaction to a goal going against them, but like
he does a lot.
If there's just like a negative reaction the whole time, that's bad. And that's what it became.
Cough Astro.
It used to just be like they'd react badly or they'd, have a emotional reaction, but then they'd be like game face. BDS would be like right away game face and they'd get right back to winning. But now it just looks like they remain tilted or they remain kind of like negative. We'll see. It's a interesting position. But anyway, that's a lot on Monkeyman. 11 for me. You guys are not gonna like this one actually. I just saw who this is. Yeah, kind of along the same lines as tbates with the tweet. I'm reading into the tweets here, and I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the regional 3 performance. I'm gonna go with Justin. I don't think this guy's head's in the right place. He was saying last season how he just needed LAN to be motivation. And he'd be motivated again. LAN's coming up. He doesn't seem motivated to me. He's tweeting about Valorant mid-grind final. He's tweeting about like, what was it, Forza? Like in the run-up to like major. This guy should be playing Rocket League and stop tweeting about other games. Get your head in the game, Justin. Get motivated.
The only team out of the 2 major regions to qualify after 2 regionals. The only team, by the way. They were playing with house money and they finished what, 4th?
That's because NA's like got so many teams that just don't get any points. So they were just like already they were already like so far ahead just from making free semifinals is so free for NRG every event. Yeah. They just free win their way to semis. They don't do that in EU.
Yeah. When Vitality for EU made it, where they had to rely on somebody else losing when they went 0-3 for the first regional. They still made LAN that region, but you have the audacity to talk about NA.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that kind of proves my point for me. NA is free, semifinals is free, and EU, not even like top 16, top 15 is free. 15th is something you can't rely on in EU, but top 4 for NRG, yeah, it's probably free. I mean, just go 3-0 in Swiss against teams like 8th and below, and then you get whoever did badly in Swiss in the quarters. Yeah, great. They're not on farm. It's too easy for these guys. They're getting a bit too comfortable. Getting a bit too comfy up there. Well, actually, two-thirds of them are too comfortable. I think one of their players is definitely on the grind.
Justin's live right now, actually. Playing Rocket League.
Yeah, everyone go to Justin's.
Oh, he's live now? Oh, that changes everything.
He was live before we started. Yeah. Actually, wait. I think he went offline. Actually, I think you used words.
I mean, it doesn't go offline. It really one stream is like that's supposed to be grinding. I don't think it's heads in the game. I don't
know. I mean, one stream, one tweet. That was a couple weeks ago. It's a lot of ones going on, but
no, actually, 1+1 is 2, Daz. Two tweets. I've seen multiple tweets from
Let me shut
Justin.
up.
I've heard him
All right.
talking in the background. They were doing like an NRG watch party of SSG losing to Complexity. I don't know. It doesn't sound like they're like really on that grind. I don't know. It doesn't sound like they really have that hunger they used to have.
According to 113 hours in the last 2 weeks.
Who, Justin?
Yeah.
I wonder if those are real hours. I
Is that
hope
just
I hope
stream or
they
is that
are.
Rocket League?
Or is that 113
Is
hours?
Justin
Mostly
AFK
Forza and
hours?
a little bit of Rocket League.
Oh, Steam hours. He did have more hours in Forza than Rocket League, I heard, but I didn't look at the numbers myself.
Okay, Justin, that was 10.
11.
11. I can't put him top 10 with this.
Yeah, we haven't reversed the snake yet. Okay.
I'll go 10. I'll get it in. I'm putting Shad over Justin. Shad the Chad. He's got to make top 10. This guy's he's too good right now. Almost colored him orange for Sam, but
Wait a second. Time out, Johnny. You just streamed about 2 days ago, and you had NRG winning it all, right?
no.
Oh, you had them losing the endpoint at the end?
Yeah, second.
Yeah, they was the point.
Okay, so they made it all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
And I know Squishy's not in your top 15 list. I know he's not in there. There's no
of
possible
course
way
not,
he's
no.
in there. So either Garrett G's number 1, or your Justin thing's inconsistent.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Have to wait and find out. Have to wait and find out. Shad's insane. This guy's popping off. He stepped up. He looked better in the most high-pressure series of the entire season for any team.
That's facts.
He popped off. These guys know how to show up in finals. They know how to show up in these tiebreakers. I love what I'm seeing from them. I know that they're going to do well on LAN based on that. They're just going to be good. And yeah, Shad deserves a top 10 for the insane level he's been putting in. Even his teammates haven't looked that consistent in recent matches, but Shad's always there.
That's fair.
He's always there.
Fair as
I'm
well.
impressed by Shad. Yeah, I made him orange just to trigger the NRG fans and the NA fans, but of course he's
Shad
NA.
above First Killer and Justin, though.
Yeah, of course.
Over Justin? They had already qualified.
AJ.
He literally put himself in a high pressure situation by having to go into tiebreaker.
Because
Justin
he
was
couldn't
already
beat
there.
Justin.
Right.
Because he couldn't beat First Killer.
No, I mean if you give Shad,
can be
Garrett, if
Workman.
you switch Shad and Justin, then switch them as players, the Shad would win. Like it's teammate difference.
Complexity is top 3 in the world. Not top 3 in the world. Top 3 in A if they have First Killer. I love Shad. Shad. I was either gonna say Turbo. I was either gonna say Turbo or Shad.
I said if you switch
honorable
Shad and Justin, if you swap Shad and Justin into the different teams,
And you
Shad
think
wins.
Energy's still winning all the time?
Yeah, Shad, Garrett, Squishy. Of course, I would take them over Justin, Razepool, AJG.
Okay, are they the best team in NA? No.
Really, you guys would take Justin, AJG, Razepool over Shad, Squishy, Garrett?
No.
So you agree with what I said? Why are you arguing?
No. I'm talking about NRG. Is NRG still the undisputed best team in NA then?
No.
It's like disputed, but I would still put them number 1. It's not undisputed though. It's like
I wouldn't
it's
put
like
them number one
it's like if there's
because-
5 heavyweight belts, NRG have probably got 3 of them, and then like G2 have got 1, maybe Envy have got 1. I'd say like something like that coming into Sweden. Not undisputed, but they're still like the number 1.
Yeah. What?
Well then,
I'm
alrighty.
so confused.
It's boxing. Boxing. There's multiple world champions. It is a bit confusing. It is a bit confusing.
I got what he meant.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
confusing.
It's okay.
Okay, interesting. Alrighty, well, my 10, as you see, chat, I've been very consistent this whole entire time. There's just really very any flaws in anything I'm saying here. I'm not lacking anybody that's really great. Of course, I kept out Turbo Post. I don't care what he did in 2016. I don't care about what he's doing now. He's shooting 4%. Now, at my number 10, I got my boy Abjakatas. Dignitas is, I believe, he's the most consistent player. Now, is he the best player? I don't know. It's really hard to tell between him and Jorius. Jorius in Regional 2 looked like a man amongst boys. He looked like the best player in EU by far. Now, I take that back, besides my boy Seiko. But other than that, I mean... But in Regional 3, he was like, Jorius was like, I wasn't really saying it. If Scrub wasn't balling out, Dignitas would not have done as well as they did. So that's why Jorius is below Abjakatas. Abjak is usually the most consistent player on the team throughout the whole entire split. I think he's going to be that same solid player in Sweden. So,
Where would you power rank Dignitas in LAN teams?
in LAN teams,
Yeah, teams. Where would they rank?
they would be in the A or S tier, or X or S tier. I don't know.
Okay, well, what the number? What team? Like first, second, third?
That'd be top 5.
Fifth. Is that fifth? Fourth? What is it?
That's in the top 5. I
So
don't know
fifth?
exactly where I put them. I have to think.
Okay.
No, they could be number 3. They could be number. I don't think they're not gonna be 1 or 2. They're not 1 or 2 are pretty solid, so pretty set in my mind. But 3 to 5 is open. I think they.
So you've got NRG Envy as your top 2.
Yes. There's no doubt about that. No
Laughable. Continue. Laughable.
Laughable.
Yeah. Hysterical.
It's just very predictable.
It's predictable. Yeah, it is predictable. Kyle picked the 2 most consistent teams. That's the reason why.
Consistent. What are Envy and NA? Fourth or something? I think they're fourth.
Where Envy? They lost the phase, the regional winner in the first one. We lose the second one. They lose energy in the second one.
You know what they say to you? You got to beat the best to be the best. They're not beating the best
Just
right
unfortunately keep running into them. They get unfortunately. I mean, that's what it is. And then they took 21 games of G2 and C. No, matter of fact, did they lose in the finals in the second region? They sure did. That 3-1 choke. That 3-1. I was there. Yeah. I was there live watching Turbo shoot 4%. That's why Turbo on this list. That's why Turbo. I don't want to hear nothing about this machine.
If
right
I hear 4% one more time, I'm going to lose it. Now, number 10 on my list. Number 10 on my list, going with the colour scheme. It's looking beautiful at the moment. We're going to go with, I think this player will go well due to LAN experience, that it's just massive, you know, because he's been at every LAN he can, and that's Torsos. I think he'll be the best player on GZ. Don't know how well they do, but I think he'll be, yeah. I trust him more than Amphis to play well, so
yeah.
He'll be good.
How many OC players you got in your top 15?
At least 2. No, it's at least 3.
There's going to be more.
Got fever.
Yeah. There's more.
I tried to put Torsos in this list.
I need to figure out who's not in this list, bro.
I mean, this isn't even the craziest thing. I was in the Rocket League Discord earlier, and someone I don't remember his handle. Someone had Envy losing the ground 0 in the first round, and then they had him losing the Renegades in the second round. So CJ's list is obviously respectable for going off of that. For going off of that.
Man, no, CJ is straight trolling. None of these players are top 15. What is going on? Where's
what do you mean?
Top 15 player going to be? Not one. You picked 6.
What do you mean? You guys have a relating wave. He's not even the best player in his family. Anyway.
what? Explain that
Chat,
statement.
Downvote that. Chat, downvote that. CJ's losing the fan vote right there after that comment.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh, my days.
Also, Dazerin can't complain. Like, Torsos, Torsos is a great pick, I think.
I like Torsos. I
like
wouldn't have him in my top 15.
I mean, you only have first
my
color yours,
honorable
don't you?
mention.
Top 10.
Yeah. You know, based on some recent news, I had to make an audible on my initial pick because I think that the panel here had a great point to some earlier mentions. So I got to put Monkey Moon at 10 here.
Oh, the panel. Me and Johnny.
No, I think it means I think CJ agreed as well. We were like definitely in agreement.
Oh, hold on to our panel.
I think everybody's like put Monkey Moon down based on that. I think.
Yeah, that's actually a fair rate. I didn't know that.
Also, he hasn't been performing as well as we'd like him.
Yeah, not Monkey.
He's been playing well,
but not as well as we'd like him to. He's not been dominant. Mm-hmm. He was the number 1 player of RLCSX. So
wrong.
Wow.
Wrong.
What? Who are you gonna say number 1 RLCSX?
Justin or Garrett?
Nah, no shot.
No shot?
Nah, it's Monkey Moon.
How are you number 1 player and
Monkey
you can't
Moon,
win your own?
Monkey Moon or First Killer's the only person I would have accepted as an argument.
FK's up there too.
First Killer's the only one. First Killer and Garrett. No, I mean Garrett and Justin, or they were not. They were not at the Monkey Moon level.
What?
It was Monkey Moon or First Killer. They were the obvious 2 best players. I don't see how anybody could say Garrett, Justin. RLCS Season X. Nah.
How are you the best player when you can't even finish it and win the championship?
First Killer carried 2 players who now can't even make top 16 consistently to winning events.
Yeah, he's different.
Winning events.
He's different though. Yeah, but his Monkey Moon's team was good.
No, yeah, Monkey Moon was he was crazy good. Monkey Moon First Killer top 2 easy by far for RLCS Season X. Not now. Neither. Well,
I need you to put some more respect on Garrito Burrito, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
He's got Garrett number 1. He has to have number 1.
It's not like it gets bad after top 2. Like third onwards isn't trash. It's just like they were in a league of their own. That's all I'm saying. They were better than everybody else. but I don't know. You guys look at NRG through rose-tinted goggles a lot.
I mean, I just looked at the reality and like just these glasses.
No,
right here.
you don't look out the reality. I actually do.
See,
I look at the reality. You look at him through the NRG salary. The NRG salary, you look at him differently. I don't get paid by him, so I bring some objectivity into it. So you don't even start over there.
Wait,
I'm
the most
about to get
objective
my-
person in the world, tbates. This is.
The machine, 4%.
I mean, the machine's got a cog that needs to learn how to shoot the ball. I mean, it's just as simple. He figured out how to put the ball in that thing might be on the way. That's all I'm
He's taking
saying.
you seriously. Don't start him.
Oh wow.
He's like a lawnmower. You know, you pull the ripcord and he's off.
Oh, you need somebody to steer.
Hey, let's go my number 10. I'm going to start getting on to a little bit of that hopium that Daz and CJ have, you know, call back to a random dream hack in 2018 or about how Torsos Army once came top 4 in 2012 or something like that. Ahmed, I'm going to say Ahmed has lots of LAN experience. He's boot camping right now. SRG are going to do incredibly well.
Wow.
Wow, that's my boy too. That's the truth.
I like the
I'm
colors.
on that hopium,
I'm
guys.
trying to figure out another
I
color.
liked it.
I'm trying to figure out another color. It's not working. They're all too
No, make
similar.
it purple. It'll look good.
Purple? Yeah, I like the purple actually.
Make it the
Yeah.
same as.
Same as Realize and TRK.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave it purple.
Looks good.
We got to go again,
I
young.
like Yummy's list.
Wow, his first color outside
You
the
just,
top.
CJ just goes for the colors. As long as the colors
This
are all
better be
different.
brown.
Right.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh God. It kind of is. It kind of is.
Oh, I know.
I've got Shad here.
There it is.
Shad, absolute
Close enough.
monster.
What are y'all watching?
You know, I'd put Raze Bull in this list as well if you base it on like single games in any series. But Shad has been very consistently the best player in Complexity.
He's unreal.
I like that. Make it the
unreal.
same
Fifth
colors.
best team.
Yeah, let's go.
They had to play a play-in tournament.
And they won
Yeah.
it.
And they beat
won it.
your team that you were going on and on about in first touch how there was no way SSG were going to lose. So
Yeah, I did believe there
there's
was
a
no
lot
way they were
about
gonna
your
lose.
NA thoughts.
I mean, they're part of NA2 now, so.
Oh, more copium, guys.
Bring all of them. Just bring all of them
We've
here.
got 5 NA teams at LAN.
And then we do have
Just
5
a,
NA teams. They're all NA. They're all NA.
Just a
They're from
quick
represent
update,
the
just
North
a quick
American
update.
region.
We're about to hit the top 10. I've got 50% of the votes so far on the list. So thank you, everyone. Good luck to
but
the rest of you in this top 10.
That's trolling. See, obviously all of the same trolls who were late voting G2 last time I streamed, they're all voting CJ for the memes. Hilarious.
Like, how many of y'all using channel points on that, bro?
Oh yeah, I don't
That's
even know
what
if
I
that's
wanna know.
enabled.
It
Surely
is.
that's not it. It's enabled to use channel points on this. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay.
Oh,
Right,
it's
Daz, number 9.
Oh, you can just spam it. I'm just going to spam myself. Keep going.
Okay. I have Jorius at 9. Jorius at 9. I think like I said, Dig. I finally am putting respect on Dig name here.
About time.
I was very like I gotta see more, and I've been seeing more. So I gotta put Jorius up there. He's not the last Dig player that's on this list, but I think that he definitely has a big proponent of why this rush is so successful, and I think that Dig are going to do well. So I got Jorius in that top 10 category.
I like Jory's top 10 for sure.
I want to
Nice.
switch Monkey Moon and Jorius. Is that allowed?
No, it's too late.
No.
Too late. Beaned it.
Number 9 on my list. Really disappointed that I don't have the colorway of actually Yummy, but I couldn't bring myself to put Realize on the list, unfortunately. Although I think he's gonna have some good moments. Number 9 on the list, I'm going to have Appjack. He's got the mental. He's a consistent player, as tbates said. I agree with him. For the first time ever, possibly. Maybe
time
apart
today.
from the Monkey Moon thing. Yeah, exactly. You've been on a roll today. I don't know what you ate for breakfast or lunch or dinner, but
I'm just becoming wiser.
yeah. Well, it's about time. Let's just say that. Anyway, that's going to be number 9. Let's see what you got for us, tbates.
At my number 9, I'm still sticking. Oh wait, but I'm going back to North America. I really love the Amish shout. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I really love that shout though. Shout out to my boy. But at my number 9, I believe he has been balling. He's no longer Reed Simmons. He's been Reed Curry lately, and I got my boy Chicago. Put him at number 9. G2. just won the last regional on a part because this man has been playing it out of his mind. He's been consistent all facets, even adds a little defense to his game more so than normal nowadays. And when he needs to make his shots, they are falling, even if he is getting a little bit more tap-in goals than he usually gets this season in comparison to any other one, in my opinion. But he's been playing exceptional.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Wait, does that mean we're going to get J-Naps as well? Are there going to be two G2 players? This list is just going to be... Wait, how many... You got no NRG players yet. J-Naps is going to be in there. There's only 8 spots left, by the way, so that's 3 of them. We're still going to get First Killer. Am I missing anybody? Mist? No, Mist is in there. Atomic. So we get 5. It's a lot of red up here. It's...
Can I jump in, Johnny?
Yeah.
I've stuffed up because I was meant to put a red player there. So I'd like to put Chicago at 9 and then Abjack at 8. Thank you. Okay. Very similar.
You just if you'd said one more name, it would have been too late. But you got that change in time. So good job.
Thank you.
Chicago at 9. Okay. A little bit more mixed.
And you put Abjack at 8.
Okay. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So CJ getting in is pre-flipping on Abjack.
Nice. I've pre-flipped.
Pre-flipping that one in there. Abjack moving up the spot.
Only by way of color, so it was close.
All right.
I've got little groups of players.
I'm gonna throw in Atomic at 9. I think I rewatched the G2 Envy series that everybody's saying is the best series. It was the most exciting series of RLCS so far. Best, like highest level. I don't think I could say so. I don't know. It was like up there, but I think both those teams were making a few mistakes, and I think Atomic is probably gonna have to go 9.
Wait, whoa.
I bet a lot of people have him top 3 because they probably just saw his saves and they're like, whoa, that's so insane. But I don't know. It's probably better to just deny those shots instead of like having to save them on inside your own goal. It would be nice. I don't know. Envy are pretty good. They're pretty good. I expect good things from them, but 9's as high as I can go in Atomic right now. 9. Oof. It's gonna have to be 9.
Oof. They had pros all throughout. It was regional 2 and regional 3. They're saying, what's Atomic settings? All of them. Oh, man, when the pros start asking what the settings are, that means you're on a whole nother level right now. And that man's on a whole nother level.
I don't know.
Oof, 9.
Pros
you have first killer outside your top 15, so it's not surprising me. Not a surprise.
Nah, I just don't think it. I'll spoil a little bit. I just don't think Atomic's the most effective player in his team right now. I think he's second still. Still got him number 2. But
you got my boy Costello above him. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll leave that for later. For now, I'm going to go ahead and agree with CJ. Number 8, Abjack.
Come on.
He's gonna sneak in there. I love what I'm seeing from Jack. Very, very smart player, very level-headed. And I think Dignitas they're gonna excel. They're gonna be one of the top teams. Probably, I reckon Dig top 3 is a safe bet.
I don't think it's a safe bet, but I think it's a good bet.
I think it's a good bet.
Well, maybe safe. Okay. Safe is maybe a
safe
little.
Safe is top 5, top 6.
It's the wrong word. Don't actually bet money on that because that's don't bet money on any teams. To be honest,
top 6 results. So I have to go
so what's that? 5th through 8th? Yeah. Okay. Safe is making top 8.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a safe one.
That'll 100% make top 8.
Sure. Yeah, I think they're gonna get top 3. Well, actually, there is no third, I suppose, but I guess semis. They'd have to run into endpoint to not get semis. I'd say that seems like a bit of a tough matchup for them. But we'll see. We'll see how the bracket draws.
All right, is it my turn now? All right, put Naps down. J-Naps. You already know Chicago and J-Naps are always going to be paired up very close on my list. And once again, people might say Chicago's been playing a little bit better. Sure, you can make that argument, but I still believe this team goes as J-Naps goes. Still shoots the ball like 3, like almost 4 shots a game. He's averaging like some of the most assists. Man, it's just a baller. He's just a shot caller. It is what it is. I still believe he's the best shooter in the game. When in doubt, I want that man with the ball in his hands coming up, knocking one in top left, top right. J-Naps.
Good pair.
Would you agree, though, that Mark by 8 was the best shooter in RLCS Season X?
I had Mark by 8.
I put him up there.
I think he was number 1.
Ronicky somehow top scores across all the region while never even making.
The problem with Ronicky though is you never actually saw him do that in like a high game.
In games?
Yeah, that mattered. Well, nobody ever saw him do that in like a game where it was like high stakes. It was always like in the early rounds.
Are you talking stats for Mark by 8?
No, I just mean like if the ball, if you know what I'm talking about. If you're watching Rocket League at pro level and an infield pass comes in, and someone's about to shoot, I think RLCS Season X, Mark by 8. If you're the supporter of the team who's shooting, you want Mark shooting. Out of anyone in the world, Season X, Mark by 8 was the best guy to have shooting at mid-range, top corner, bottom corner, every single time.
See. I have him number 2, and I'll say it's fair, I guess, but I still think Naps is just number 1. I think BDS are just winning. We're just winning. G2 wasn't, but
yeah, because they didn't score those goals. They just
because their team wasn't as good. I gotta start taking into account the team aspect.
Mark was that guy, man. He was crazy. He's not right now.
I know, that's another reason that Monkey Moon shouldn't be really tweeting out all this nonsense, because he's got a sniper on his team. But it doesn't matter.
All right, we're skipping CJ. Daz, it's 8 for you. CJ pre-flipped his.
My number 8 is Chicago.
Chicago!
Shouldn't put Chicago at number 8. Definitely, it's so crazy, too. Chicago, in my eyes, has, definitely moved up a lot because I think he's just been so good individually. I think he is
moved
the top.
Up from when?
Well,
from
the season. Yeah. Yep. If you think of last season, what G2 had to deal with Rizzo's retirement, picking up Drees and everything, and how much they had to not only work individually but as a group, G2 has such a great climb to where they are right now. And I think Chicago has, I'm gonna bring in a number, he has the number 1 goals per game in North America right now. So you gotta put Chicago in there.
Stats man. Oh no.
Yes, he's bringing up the stats again, even though he doesn't care about the score per game. That goal per game matters, though. I just said he has to. He's probably, if there's a way to track it, he's probably scoring the most tap-in goals he's ever scored. I said that when I mentioned his name.
Okay, but he averages 400 points a game.
So score. He
averages 400 points a game. If you want to bring score into it, I brought up his score. He's at 400 points a game.
No, he's deserving on this list. I'm just saying, don't bring up the numbers and then don't take out the extraction and try to apply him properly.
I don't actually think Chicago is on the rise. I had him in the very similar position alongside JNaps in the last time we did this list at the end of our LCSX. Mm-hmm. However, I think Drees is on the rise, so him being able to still play up to that level is great, and that's why I have Chicago also number 8. So we've got Chicago all very similar across the board.
Interesting. Chicago 8. I thought tbates and Daz were going to put him higher. I expected higher from those two. Surprised.
I'm a reasonable man. I told you I'm objective.
Well, you've given us some evidence strongly to the contrary in the screen above your head right now, but I think that speaks for itself.
My number 7, Monkey Moon. Very safe bet. I think he's not playing as well as you like, but I guess it could also just be down to the team synergy as well, or how his teammates are playing, not giving him as much space as before. So Monkey Moon number 7.
Now we're hearing all the nonsense. Mark Bay still a sniper, extra still solid. Monkey Moon lucky, maybe 11. I can't believe I didn't put him 13. It's about
Wait. Daz did put him in. CJ hasn't put him in at all. Of course, CJ's list is just totally
CJ's list is off the top of the head.
What do you mean? Why are you guys saying this?
Totally random. He realized that to win the polls, trolling actually... CJ realized that trolling your list actually wins the Twitch chat poll more than being right. Because that's something that everybody can agree on.
I've taken one list seriously and I came last.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see this list happening, just like I can see Fury winning Worlds, and I saw Space Station not making the major.
By accident. CJ.
I accidentally saw Space Station not making the major.
CJ, you had Rebel. You had Rebel making the major. And where are they? I think you also had...
I didn't realize that they'd absolutely disbanded all the players.
Even before that, though, they didn't even make top 16, I believe, or I think they got 13.
Well, someone else put Shopify. It might have been Yummy.
My team got 6th. I got one of the NA teams wrong. They got 6th place. I was close. CJ, you picked Rebel. They were Spotify.
Did you all pick Space Station to make the major?
They missed out by one series.
They were one game away.
It's really interesting.
We did. You didn't pick Complexity. You got to give Yummy and me a little bit of a shout for that one. We went cold.
We had correct, in NA.
I knew they'd make it. I just get so much hate when I pick for other regions. So
that's true. Dazerin 7. Who you got?
Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna put Abjack at 7. I like Abjack. Man, there's part of me that wanted to put him higher on the list, to be honest. But yeah, I think 7 is a decent all-around spot compared to like all the other competitors here. And I like Dig. Like I said, I like Dig a lot, so I had to put 2 Dig teammates on there. So
he says an NRG player.
Okay.
Okay, that means Switch is not on the list.
Oh yeah, no way. Surely not.
Surely not all 3 of them are in here somehow. Surely not. Go ahead, Mr. Top of the Head. Yep, there you go.
With my obviously green-coloured pick coming out now, it has to be my boy Fever. First LAN. Who cares? Who cares about the first LAN? It's been 2 years since there's been a LAN. I mean, LAN experience doesn't even matter. It's just about rocking up and playing. These guys on their first LAN, they just rock up and they play like 4-time world champions. I don't know why we keep bringing up LAN experience every single time things come up, because Fever, he's the best player in the region. He's going to be the best player in the world soon. He's going to absolutely dominate.
What did you say about Turbo and Fairy Peak? I forget.
There's no LAN experience is a lie, guys. Don't listen to these other four about it. It's been 2 years, guys, since I had that brought up LAN.
And Chaussette, and Card, and Kami. The whole list, your whole list, you've been like LAN experience. Not
Top
anymore.
7, we throw LAN experience out of the water. Now it's just the Mechie boys that we're just throwing absolute long shots.
Hey, who's your OCE player that you have at number 4, though?
We unfortunately have.
You're gonna put yourself
myself. No, we've unfortunately ended the green list. No more green, Sag.
Oh,
no Amphis. Sag, indeed. Right, 7, tbates. You got this one. I believe in you.
I know. I believe in myself too. I'm gonna put this man in his respectable place where he actually belongs, and it's Alpha 54. You know why? Because without him, I don't think Vitality is anywhere near this major. They're probably back at home, probably about 200 points. The man, I still can't get over the fact that the man literally single-handedly almost won them 2 games by himself, and then his 2 teammates just couldn't do anything for him. They couldn't do anything. The last time I saw it was first killer when he dropped 1,000 out of when he got swept, I think. And they still lost. It's just hard for me to fathom that. You have a man willing you to win, and your teammates have absolutely no creativity and no ability to get the ball by anybody. So, I mean, yeah. Without him, Vitality's nowhere near here. He's putting them on the back right now, and hopefully he gets a land dop. Other than that, they might not even make the top 8. And we might not even see day 3 K-dop. So, it's what it is.
Do you think they will make top 8?
Really, the Swiss is volatile. I got them losing a phase, so it just matters on how the matches fall out. Okay, if they lose a phase, then they somehow play Tokyo Verde. That's gonna be 1-1. Then you don't know what's happening after that. So, yeah, but I mean, I would probably put them in the 7 to 10 range. So I can see
like
making
you're
it.
either gonna fall out of Swiss or do really well in the playoffs, like come top 4. But I'm aiming towards that first one, falling out of Swiss. I think they'll just go through on experience if they're in the top 8.
That's fair. And like I said, it'll be day 3 K-dop by then, and nobody wants to see that man.
Yeah.
Right, 7. Okay. Yeah, it's, I kind of hinted at this guy earlier. The guy I still think is the best player on his team. It's Mist. For me, I think that Atomic, definitely a very, very solid player. I've got them extremely close, but Mist has the edge. I do think LAN experience matters. I put AJ over First Killer. I'm putting Mist over Atomic. I think it matters when you got one player in a team who's got it, another who doesn't. At least not as much. Has Atomic played a LAN? I don't think he has he?
No.
Yeah, so I got to go Mist here. Yeah. He's won a LAN, you know?
He has won a LAN.
This guy knows how to show
LAN perfectly.
Yeah, so I got to go Mist over. That's why I got Mist over Atomic. Even though they're both pretty close, I think they're both very, very good players.
Said, Atomic played at Montreal.
Atomic played at Montreal? Okay. I mean, the fact that we don't remember who he played for means he probably... Okay, Ghost. So it's like...
spending a lot of time on stage.
Early rounds. So yeah, it's more like... I guess if you're playing those backstage early rounds, it's sort of like a boot camp, more than a LAN. You know, you're just in a different setting, but you don't get that high stakes, high pressure.
Well, also, it's like just a bad sign of your LAN performance if you don't do well, right?
Yeah, or you're the team.
Proven non-LAN boy, not really.
I think it's always going to be good, but I got Mist slightly. I think I'm more safe on Mist showing up because Atomic's he's less consistent than Mist. I think we could agree on that. Mist is Mr. Consistent on that team, so that's important in LAN as well. You don't know you don't know if you're gonna have a good day or a bad day. You gotta have a good day in LAN though. All right, I'll move on those 6. A little bit higher than everybody else. because I still think he's insane. I'm putting Monkey Moon in here. Would have been higher if had it not been for the recent struggles, and I think probable internal issues that they've got. I'm completely reading between the lines here. Don't know anything about what's going on behind the scenes, but from what I can see, they seem to be struggling. That's as high as I can put him. Not top 5 for Monkey Moon.
Someone's gonna look at this and not know the context and just see me and Bates with Monkey Moon at 10 and 11 and be
It's
like,
not that. It's still though. That's
It's not that egregious though. He's lucky he's not at 15.
It's not that different from ours.
yeah. 6'11" is pretty close.
Context,
Yeah, 6'11" is actually pretty close because if you think about how many players are at LAN 36, that's 6 and 11 aren't that far away.
48.
We need to 48 actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. There's a lot of teams here. So yeah, 6 and 11 is actually not that close. It's top of the list, so maybe a little bit of a bigger gap, but I thought you can make a case for 10, 11. I feel it's fair enough.
Okay.
I should have made 13. I'm gonna think about
There's
it.
a range here. There's a range.
4 hours, so we better be a little bit quicker.
CJ's got to go in 2 hours 15 minutes, I believe. Is that right, CJ? Or is it 1 hour 15?
Well, I would like it in about an hour. I think we can punch this out.
Oh
pretty quick.
yeah,
We'll see what
no
happens.
problem, no problem. 1 hour easy.
Oh yeah, we'll be
1
done in an hour.
easy.
No doubt.
Easy.
Am I on the minus number 6?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is tough. My 5 and 6 are really close. Oh. Archie. Archie at number 6. Archie. But the man on Semper, the man with a plan, the man that DeMar his claims isn't even top 15. The man who DeMar claims Cassio was better than. I don't even think Cassio will ever tell you that. I think you guys Cassio any day of the year and at any time. Cassio might even be asleep. You can ask Cassio when he's asleep, Cassio, are you better? And he's just gonna say no, Archie. He just knows. He just knows Archie's better than him. And it's fine. It's fine to do that. The man went up against my boy Seiko hand on hand and they dueled it out. But Seiko just a little bit better. So it just is how it be. And yeah, Archie's the man with the plan, and if Semper does any amount of damage, they make top 8, make top 4. It's gonna be because of that man. He's special. He's got best player in the region potential by the end of the year.
I like it.
It's possible.
All right, my number 6 is going to be. I don't really know how well this team's going to go, to be honest. But I think that even if they come last, he'll still somehow have a pretty good performance, and people will be talking about him. So I'm going to put First Killer at number 6. I don't know how well. FaZe is such a wild card for me. They could have like a fairy tale run, or they could bomb out. So
they're in the category of teams. I feel like there's like 9-10 teams who can just win this LAN.
Yeah,
you can make it. FaZe are one of them. They could just win, but there's also like some of those teams that if they go out in Swiss, no one is surprised. I don't think anyone is surprised if they go out in Swiss. Not even the FaZe fans are surprised if they go out in Swiss. Yeah, FaZe, Vitality, Complexity. If they go out in Swiss, nobody's surprised.
I can't see. Can you see Complexity winning though?
Very, very outside shot. I feel like I could.
They probably be like that 10th team in terms of percentage that could have a chance of winning.
10th, 11th, maybe. I feel like Sandrock, if they won, people would be like, well, I guess the hype was right. And if they go out in Swiss, people will be like, well, that also doesn't surprise me. That's another one of those teams, like FaZe, Vitality. It's such a question mark. Nobody knows how they're going to show up. Right, 6. Let's keep it moving for a bit until we get to the end here to make sure CJ doesn't miss his flight. Dazerin, 6.
Oh, this is tough. All right, 6.
He's throwing dice right now.
I got to put Justin at 6.
Why?
It's Justin at 6 for me. Because I think Justin's really good. But from watching, obviously I watch more NRG than everybody in this room put together. And I don't know. I think that there's something off recently. It doesn't seem like he's playing at that high peak, that superstar peak that I know NRG have for Justin.
See,
I think for me, we would really need to see the Justin that won a world championship kind of activated here in Sweden. But right now, we haven't been getting that with NRG recently. They've been barely kind of skating by in some of the series that they've been playing. So I have to go Justin at 6.
See, this is the problem with all casters, myself included. You get an idea of this player is meant to be the best in the world, and if they play ever so slightly less than that, then all of a sudden they're the worst player.
But it's not just that, though.
No. I'm coming right back to your numbers. Come right back to your numbers. Your numbers you're bringing up. Justin's number 4.
You said numbers probably like 5 times. Can you calm down?
Good. The numbers are covered. 463.75 a game. Fourth and scored at 0.78. Saves the game. Where is he? 6th and saves 2.1.
It ain't one.
Shots. He's having 3.56 shots.
It ain't top 3. And it ain't.
Yeah, their schedule has been really easy though, because they've been winning from the start, so they have had good seeding, and they've been getting very, very easy matchups compared to some of the other teams in NA. Like complexity.
I think if you put Justin higher than 6, it's overrated.
Wow.
I honestly think it's overrated because I like Justin, but like
Dazerin, you're treading a fine line here. Be careful. The energy.
Not many
boss.
times do I defend.
I bet you can
NA.
You can ask Justin if you think he's top 5 player. He will say
but
no.
he always says he's washed. Why people sad?
He's bad though. I don't want to hear that nonsense from him. He might say he's the worst player in the region. Don't even ask him nothing.
Exactly. And look, not many times I'll defend NA because it's funny.
Oh my God.
But I've seen Justin at lands literally throwing up before he's going on stage. He hops on, he's hitting triple threat resets. Anyway, I'm not worried about this. He's playing other games and stuff like that. Like this guy, it's not like he's always going into past lands, past worlds, absolutely firing. But he just shows up on land, and I think it won't matter. I've seen him literally shaking, having an anxiety attack, and then going out on stage and he's fine and he's dominating. I'm not worried.
I don't know.
He's at 6.
It's way too low.
I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying, this is adding on to the Johnny thing. The Johnny.
No, but I want to clarify. I didn't say that because he's playing other games is necessarily bad. You got to chill as well. But it's the attitude that I'm seeing and hearing. I just don't think his head's in the game as much as it used to be. The hunger is gone.
Johnny has him at 11.
Yeah,
I'm not phased by it.
Can y'all keep that same energy? Please?
No, I came on him about the 11. I'm on you about the 6 too, because I'm letting you know right now. Because Johnny was saying that blasphemous nonsense that it was FK or Monkey Moon was the best player in RLCSX, and Justin reminded everybody during the championships that I'm that guy. I'm that guy. He reminded every single person that I'm that guy still. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It's gonna remind everybody at LAN once again that he's still that guy. So
I hope so. I'm a big Justin fan, and I want to see the best Justin in Sweden. But tweeting out in the middle of a series that you want to go play another game doesn't really indicate to me that you're all that.
Because he had nothing to play for. It was weird they even had to play in the first place.
Only what? No, I'm talking about the grand final of Regional 1. What do you mean nothing to play for? They're against FaZe.
A little bit of
drama.
First killer got in his head a little bit.
You're going to say first killer got in his head, and that makes it okay that he's, let's go play Valorant. Oh, first killer talk trash, let's go play Valorant. Yeah, that makes sense. Come on. Nothing to play for?
That was LAN, man.
That was a joke. I don't think it was though. I think they didn't want to play. It didn't seem like, I don't know. There's a little bit of truth to every joke, and I think there was a little bit of truth to that one. Listening into NRG viewing party of SSG, Cole, I was like, I don't know if they really have as much hunger as they always have. But like I said, if Justin shows up, I'm delighted. I'll be the first person to delete one of those ones I got next to his name, because I want it to be happening. Want Prime Justin. Or Musty to sub in. That would work as well. We'll see.
No.
Either or.
I think that based off history, based off of everything that's gone on, this split in general, I have to. That's recency Daz coming in too. Because I obviously think, I still think Energy's the best team in North America. So it really doesn't matter. But I think just as an individual, could be playing a lot better than he's playing right now.
I don't know how much better you can play. No, not much better.
Oh, well, he'd be playing good enough for you to talk about him and not anybody else on First Touch. How about that?
Right, Yumi, give us a 1-2 here. Give us a 6-5. Let's keep this moving.
Missed. For same reason. I think he's the most consistent player. He's got LAN experience, and I really like how he played at Season 8 LAN. Really, really impressed at his first ever Worlds. And then, do I keep the rainbow or do I break it?
That's tough.
There's absolutely no rainbow. You're trying to do it all at the moment. I've just done a red.
Well, I'm switching back and forth around. The rainbow itself has stopped, but do I keep switching back? No. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna put Archie here. I mean, I don't like him being down here, but I don't think Semper are gonna pop off. I think he is probably the second best player in EU right now. it's hard. There's 3 people in that in my list, but he's probably the second best player in EU. I think I'm going to put him down just based on his team performance. He is cracked though, and he could be winning series for Semper very soon.
That's right. But boy, Archie shot him out.
All right, let's keep moving here.
Okay.
Daz, number 5.
My number 5 pick. Whew, it's a little spicy because this is where the land bias reaches its peak. I think my number 5 player is a player that has specific conditions as to when they do well at an event, and if those conditions are made, then it's a grand finals guarantee. I'm putting in K-Dop at number 5.
What?
Let's go with the day 3 K-Dop. Day 3 K-Dop, undefeated.
You got
day 3 K-Dop
And just like that, my list.
All right.
He's looking good.
Listen.
Thank you for the throw.
Whoa. That was like...
His list was already terrible from the get-go.
No,
This was actually the worst list to start with.
That was like Game of Thrones. They're like, let's subvert the audience expectations. That's how you win here, right?
He already had Cassio above Archie somehow. So
And
we're saying Cassio's peak is better than Archie's.
on your list. And Card
Hang on a minute.
realize. Shut up, young.
Look, guys, I respect the strat. You've just hit absolute rock bottom, so the only way you can go from up is here, no matter who you pick. No matter who you pick. So I respect
You picked
that.
a player who has a condition. He has a condition. The condition is likely to not even be met, and you have him in there. That's all I got to say.
Listen,
We got to move because of
This is
CJ,
like
bro.
K-Dop
That's right,
asterisk.
That's right. All right, and at my number 5, I got Garrett Gordon. Garrett Gordon.
Oh, what are you
general.
giving me?
CJ, you moving too fast.
Oh.
wow.
Anyway, you
Ruins.
can have Garrett. You can
Okay.
have Garrett Gordon, but I'm not having Garrett Gordon. In my number 5, I am going to put Extra. I think he'll play well. Still unsure on BDS because of the current situation.
What is going
But
on?
I think that he is going. I think he's going to be the best performing player on that team. So I like him. He's, as you said, someone said about his striking stuff. He's just clinical. He just hits it back in the net, and he's got. That's what you need on land.
Mark by 8.
Not
for that,
not
but
extra,
sure.
but
No. Someone said it was Abjack or somebody chat said actually Extra has 35% shooting or something like he hits bangers. Like if Ab's still here, Jack will confirm. He hits bangers, and look, he just on land. It's on like obviously the Meki plays stand out, but if they're not feeling it, you just have to rely on like that's why K-Dop has been so good.
you
on
said
land.
the top after
he's
Fever. You were like, all right, it's all Meki players from here. Then you throw an extra in. What is going on,
and
CJ?
Extra has that land experience.
The land experience is You're trolling so hard.
Did he play in land on
CJ and the
that?
Rose are so funny. And then you got 2 people with first color outside the top 15. So, I mean, Chad, I don't know what else to tell you. Like I said, I got Garrett Gordon, number 5. Man, it's Captain America. I mean, I don't really have much else to say about that. Probably the best leader in the game. Got him at 5. I don't know. Just that simple.
Man. I'm going to go Chicago, number 5. Everybody's complaining I don't have any G2 players. Wait, be patient. I just rate him really high right now. Going to go top 5 for Chicago.
Ooh.
I think G2 are looking pretty good right now. This guy's by far their best player. You know, putting JNaps and Chicago beside each other has made sense in the past. I've done it, but not right now, though. JNaps is a little bit like almost getting outperformed by Drees, I would say, at times.
Whoa.
You know? He's not fighting for best player on the team. He's trying, got to worry about Drees surpassing him at the moment. Drees getting that good, so I'm only gonna have Chicago in here. No JNaps next to him. 4, I'm going Archie for 4. So I agree with most of what Yumi said. I think this guy's insane. I don't think Semper are shoo-in for top 8, but I think that they're my 8th best team at LAN. I think they're number 8.
I think they're shoo-in for me
Well,
in top 8.
yeah,
I called them to be like the
I'm
consistent team.
I can't say shoo-in because like Swiss is so random, and I did a Swiss prediction, and they got, I think, Complexity or something in the last round. Meanwhile, I had CJCJ against Sandrock as another one of the matchups in the last round. Now, Semper and Complexity were against Sandrock and Renegades. I'd put them both in, but if they play each other, maybe not. I think, yeah, they're the 8th best team. Maybe they'll make top 8. If they do, we could see Archie being MVP of the whole event. But he needs his team to start playing a bit more aggressive. And I'm watching Semper. I'm hearing a lot of people being like, oh, I thought everybody said EU was aggressive. Well, that's because Semper don't play like an EU team. They're like an NA team. What are they doing? They got to get out of their net. They're like chilling in net. Where's the aggression? Where's the ball pressure? They're just giving it away constantly.
Yeah, that's what Vitality does. That's what like the majority of EU does.
I don't like how Vitality does. I don't how Vitality plays right now either. I don't think they're playing a good style at all. That's why I didn't even have them making bracket. But man, I want to see Archie on a team that's going to actually be aggressive in the midfield. Get out there and challenge. It's going to bring the best out of them. Easily.
Big Arch. Alrighty. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And my number 4. As you can see, there's not much room for more blue here. I'm running out of blue space. And at my number 4, I'm not gonna say blue. I'm gonna say red, and it's gonna be Atomic for Envy. Usually I'm with everybody that Nick is the most consistent player missed. But I mean, just Atomic's consistency. Atomic, when he's on game, is usually when he's on his game, he's on par with Nick, but he's usually not on his game. But this whole entire split, really, he's just been exceptionally unstoppable. If you really sat there and watched the gameplay, his numbers are a little bit different. He still has decent numbers, but his ability to go by anybody when he wants to. If I believe Envy starts pre-jumping some passes, I think that might be really nasty because he seems to be gliding by anybody effortlessly, and then the defense is on par too. I mean, I understand Johnny was saying it'd be better if they at midfield cuts. That's a team thing. When the money's on the line, he's been there every single time to save them. Even if Nick's not there, and I still think Nick's like top 5 goalkeeper, if not the best goalkeeper in the world. So, yeah, Atomic number 4. He's just been exceptional. He's been really good.
All right,
so
CJ.
it looks like you're just going like 2 players from every NA team. And the funny thing is that if you did that for every NA team, you'd still only have 8 players. It really doesn't matter how biased you get. You can't really do that NA bias because there's only 4 teams. So anyway, with my number 4 on the list, I'm also going to go a little bit red with this. I was sort of defending this guy, but 4 is high enough for me. It's going to be Justin. Just think there might be another guy on the team that is sort of taken over a little bit, and I think that he's on land. It's going to be probably a similar story, but I still think Justin's going to perform very well. So I think they're the clear pick for NA. Like the other NA teams are absolute wild cards. They're probably the most consistent NA team outside of that isn't even an NA team. So
What?
the complexity have had tough runs throughout the regionals. I looked at that.
Well, and they don't win against any of those teams. They don't win against any of them.
But look, the other guys, they lose to randoms. They beat some good teams. So yeah, NRG looking good. Happy with Justin at 4.
Dazerin.
This dude's picking people right now. He's
making it up on the spot right now.
Yeah, you can see it on his face.
His list is wrong. How do I fix my list?
Yeah, I already put Kate up down, so put Turbo down too.
He's like, he thought he had 5 spaces. Ran out.
Put Turbo down as well.
No, I got enough space. I'm just trying to figure out if I want these certain people in a certain order. I'm just choosing order now.
What about day 3 Fairy Peak? What about day 3 I don't know, Tenho?
All right,
What about final Turbo post where he wins his MVP?
Go ahead and put Turbo at 4. We're going to put Turbo at 4
That's
for me.
wild to me. Is he got to up the percentage, the shooting percentage? Is he got to learn how to shoot?
That's 4%.
4%?
Turbo?
4%?
Yeah, 4% Turbo.
4%?
4% Turbo right there.
Mine?
That's his lane.
Wait, did you put Turbo in here? Did I hear that right?
Yeah. We're putting Turbo.
Do I put an asterisk? Is that an asterisk as well? Is that conditional?
Yeah, that's condition.
Okay.
If he makes the final, Turbo's going to win. Turbo's
asterisk because it's Turbo land. That's why.
It's just all of a sudden it'll be like just up his like mechanics and everything in a span of a couple weeks.
I like Daz's list actually.
Yeah, same.
We were just clowning.
He's gone back to season 3 for the last top 5.
Yeah, Devo gonna make your list somehow. Devo's gonna make a transfer from Gil.
Oh my goodness.
Devo last second transfer. Been secretly subbing.
Right, Yummy 4-3. Let's hear it.
This is so close to me. I'm gonna put Garrett here. I'm putting Garrett. And because I'm doing back to back, I'm gonna break the changing of colors and put Justin just above him. Ooh. And spoilers, this is the only team on my list that has 2 players on the list. Because for me, NRG are the favorites to win it all. They are who I'm expecting to have the highest chance to win.
That's very high to have 2 players, 3-4. I mean, they're winning if you got 2 players at 3-4. They've got to be winning. You must have them like 50% to win.
I think NRG is a safe top 4. You were saying Dignitas.
Yeah, NRG is another one.
Top 3. NRG.
Yeah, I meant 3-4s. Yeah, it's the same. I should have said 4. So yeah,
Single
Energy's another
Elim
one.
and Swiss both hurt, but like they'll easily get through Swiss, and then it's up to the single Elim on like maybe they lose to the eventual champions early on. But
Yeah, I think Energy are another safe top 4 for sure. I agree. Surely everybody would agree on that. I mean, the non-NA people are agreeing on this. So, Daz,
All right, the Babrin.
number 3.
Oh, number 3, I'm going to put Atomic from Envy.
Nice, I love that.
I agree with the Atomic Peak. I think it's gonna be a big reason why Envy win. If you notice, I have everybody on Envy here because I think Envy are gonna do really well this event. But yeah, Atomic at 3. I'll just keep it short because of time.
Oh, I thought we're not like that short in time, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
Go ahead,
Want to
CJ.
go on a little tangent? You can.
No.
We got tangent time.
All right, number 3 on my list. This is a good top 3. I think there's certainly one unknown player that I think we all have. I'm not going to put him there. I'm going to put Archie. Well, I guess Archie's an unknown player as well. But I think he'll go well. I just love watching him play. So I think, and I need the blue. Like it probably could be Garrett as well. Any of these top four could be interchangeable for mine to the number 1 spot, just depending on how their team goes. So
That's Archie number 3. Okay. And tbates number 3.
Man, oh man. This top 3, man, they're all legit. They're in a class. They're in a class right now. I believe they're on their own. Maybe Atomic can crack in there at the moment. Oof. Alrighty. At number 3, I got to go with the phase boy himself, First Killer. Put him at solid number 3. I think
wow,
he's absolutely dominant in every single facet, but I'm just going to hold it a little bit against him. He did end up missing the Swiss, and I don't think his team. The bracket play in the second regional. I don't think his team's that bad. I think he should always make it. So I'm holding that a little bit against him. And then, as I said, I'm not taking LAN experience too much into account. I prefaced that at the beginning, but added a little bit right here. Just for the fact, like now you're getting crunch time, and if you're not at least winning, I would say 2 regionals going in, then I'll hold that against you a little bit. So first,
hey, there's a little bit of consistency here because tbates did predict FaZe to come second pre the season, so still got that faith.
Oh yeah, true. Who was
Second
the
major?
Envy phase, right?
I did.
Yeah, we'll see about that. You know, if FaZe make it that far, if they make bracket, who knows what's gonna happen? But First Killer 3, that's a stretch right now. That's a stretch.
You have them outside the top 15, man. I don't know, man.
for a good reason. They got swept by G2 in the most recent event. They didn't even make top 8 in the previous one. They got one like regional win, and then they're like, okay, good job, guys. I guess that's it for the season. We proved we're the best, and then they're just done with winning, I suppose. What happened to them? Why are they getting swept by G2? What's going on there?
G2 had an excellent event, man. G2 played really well. That's what happens when you play well in the day. That's why the single elimination bracket that's why I think to an extent that you have
4-0, didn't they? 3-0 by Complexity in the Swiss the previous event. I don't know. When this team goes down, it looks like their heads go down. They're getting swept by G2, swept by Complexity. Like, why are they getting swept?
FK always plays well.
Yeah, but they're losing. He looks like he's playing well, but they're losing.
Well. LeBron, who's good? Who's the soccer player who loses is really good? I don't know. No, don't watch that sport too much. I can't really help you Europeans. But you guys all know about LeBron and the Cavs. He was his best player in basketball. He couldn't win a game. I mean, he couldn't win a playoff series, really and truly. So, yeah, for a long time. So it just is, you could be the best and not be winning. Or one of the best and not be winning, and FK's one of them. The only reason he's not number 1 is because I'm holding a little bit of land precedent in the fact that I'm holding the Swiss, the fact they didn't make top 8 against them. Because I still think that he should be making that no matter what. I don't think his team's bad, but he always plays well. Always plays exceptional.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see if he can bring the best out of his teammates. A quality that I'm sure tbates also ranks in a player, like First Killer. Anyway, number 3 for me. The top 3 is actually very, very close. I had a hard time with this.
Who's your top 3?
This is tough. My top 3. Even now, I'm like trying to decide. Number 1, I've decided. 2, 3. Who do I like on 2, 3?
I know your top 3. I can say it right now.
I'm gonna say Jory is for 3rd. Jory is for 3rd. This was close though, and I'll reveal number 2 as well. Number 2 is Garrett G for me. Number 2 is Garrett G.
he's got that boy.
Of course.
You did pick endpoint winning.
Listen, Garrett's been that guy. I don't know why like Justin's close to Garrett right now. I mean, that's entirely based on like, okay, maybe Justin's going to have another one of those insane LAN performances. That's all speculation. Like third regional, you like your numbers, tbates. Garrett's the only one on that team who put over a 1.1 rating. He put up like over 400 points per game. Where's Justin? Hold on a second. Let me scroll down. Okay, there's Squishy at 350 points per game. Still scrolling. Okay, here's Justin, 0.84 rating. Like, what was he doing in Regional 3? Where's Justin? What's going on?
That just showed you how... Johnny, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, if that's the case, this man is still number 2 overall points in NA. He's still averaging 463. So if he actually played that terribly, he might have been averaging 520. I don't know what he was averaging.
They have the easiest...
Swiss. I see.
Yeah. See, like, they have the easiest schedule, T-Base. So they're just, like, clapping no-names in NA and Swiss, like, getting a bunch of points... Like NA teams getting 2v3'd in Swiss. What's going on in NA Swiss? I mean, that's a whole other story. We don't have time to get into that. But, you know, you wanted points per game. Garrett's like go more in the most recent event. Combine that with the fact that
I'm not gonna be mad at Garrett's number 2.
But you gotta have you gotta have a gap there, and I feel like Garrett has to be on top right now.
I feel like he has the gap up the wrong way.
No, why though? Garrett's been better this split. He's been the consistent player. He's like the player who hasn't gone off the edge of a cliff in the regional number 3. And he doesn't.
There's the one who tweeted out that thing about first killer pops. What you mean?
I mean, that was like trash talk gone too far. That's not.
No, he went off the. He's the one who went too far.
No. Okay,
just been joking.
I know when I saw. Okay, all I'm gonna say about that like chain of tweets is I retweeted the first tweet from Garrett, like the screenshot. I retweeted first killer's reply, then Garrett replied that, and I undid my retweets. I was like, I don't want any part of this. That was dumb, but I don't think that is indicative of performance or like drive to win. As you know. Just sounding like you don't care about games and series.
Like he doesn't care, and he still goes and slaps people. I don't know how he does it. No. He tweeted out saying, I need to take a mental break from the game and play championship, and was dominant. He was clearly the best player in the championship. Justin. Before he said he wasn't playing Intel. I'm taking a break for the summer, and he was the best player in the tournament. And no matter what region you looked at, he was the best player. And he said, I don't want to play the game right now, man. I know. Dudes.
What can I say?
I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just different.
It catches up with everyone eventually.
It does. Yeah, like and Justin's good enough. Yet. Well, but it will if he doesn't get off. I'm like speaking to this because I want him to, get back on that grind and to make sure. Well, I don't know if he's really on that grind. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with NRG, but from what I can see, Garrett seems to be the guy with the most drive to win, and that's why he's been on top, and that's why he played better this split as a whole. I think so. I got to put him higher.
It's close. It's close. It's close. I got Garrett at 5. I guess I'm maybe 4, but that's about as high as I'm going for Garrett Gordon.
I feel like to have Justin way above Garrett G, you have to be going. Yeah, I think
has to be speculation.
Really
has to be speculation.
Prediction.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And you can make that prediction, but you have to admit that it's a speculative prediction based on another Justin pop off on LAN. That's all I was saying.
Okay, that's fair too. I think right now, if you're going right now, I would probably have them right next to each other. Somewhere in like the 2 to 3 range. But I'm going off speculation. I believe Justin's going to be that great.
Okay.
Or like the 4 or 5 range. I have Garrett. But I'm going to be that great. It's going to be the best.
So what's your 2 then, right now?
My boy who I've been hyping up in EU ever since the last 4 or 5 weeks. And nobody believed in me. And I just told them that it is what it is. And they were all gassing up. I told them for a reason. That boy Cole. That boy Seiko. It's just that simple. I've never seen a man so fluid. Besides the man above him, but besides that guy. But other than that, I mean, Seiko walking bucket, man. Like you want him to slow it down, he can slow it down. You want him double touch, you want the flip reset up against Jorius, who's probably one of the best third men in the game. I was even gassing up our Ocean. You can go check the vibe. We were watching the game. We were hyping up Jorius third man. Seiko went up, said, "Hold on, game 6. We down by 1. You need 1. I got your reset." Into the extra touch over SK and Drew. I'm like, man. Then after that, scored a nice little shot after that. Oof. And then he played Archie. Archie averaged 650. My boy averaged about 570. He said, hold on, I'm still that guy. He plays Monkey Moon. I'm that guy. He's the best player in EU. It's just that simple. I don't think it's even close.
We just get a full recap of the whole regional. Let's get a play-by-play of every single series. That was sick.
Because this guy is dominant. And that's all. And to cap it off, in the last regional, that man scored a double touch just because he could. It was a negative angle. He said, hold on, let me just let y'all know I'm still that guy. Like, it's just unbelievable, man. He's on a whole nother level, bro, besides the guy above him. But other than that, Other than that, man. Ooh, I wanted to put him one.
Just put him number 2 so he could be the first to go on a long rant about it.
It worked.
He's in everybody's top 2.
All right,
CJ.
All right, let me just hit my 2 and 1, and then I'll let you guys talk for days about how good my list is. All right, I might piece it after this. I got to do.
Yeah. Do what you got to do.
All right. Number 2 on my list, continuing with my beautiful top 6 pattern. It's all about the LAN experience. That's why Garrett Gordon, Garrett G, one of the best LAN players of all time, was one of the best players to not win a world championships, unluckily, but finally got that one under the wraps. And I feel like now he can either go 2 ways with it. Either he puts more pressure on himself because they're sort of, the defending world champions, if you will, or he just, the pressure's off now, majors, big events, and he just really smashes it. Because I guess outside of Worlds, they won't be on the summit. So before Worlds, Garrett hadn't really had that sort of big event win.
He won X Games.
X Games.
Apart from X Games. X Games in a tent.
That was a long
X Games
time
in a
ago.
tent and be on the summit. And Rocket League summit.
So,
maybe now, like he's always been performing well, and just had that. He got the monkey off the back, got the win. So he's either going to absolutely dominate, or he might put more pressure on himself. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll back him in. He'll be number 2. Then my number 1's obviously I'm going to put myself. I'm going to put Seiko at number 1 only because. I think he could be the Justin story of this LAN or this season. Maybe not this LAN. Maybe Worlds or something like that. But also we play them first, and if I put him first, that puts pressure on him. So I'm going to put him first. So that sounds good. Anyway, best list. Thanks everyone again. Whatever you guys do from here on in, I've still won. So it's been great if you want to get Johnny. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, see you in Sweden.
It's been fantastic. See you guys in Sweden.
Safe travel, CJ.
Hopefully I'm, led into the country. Apparently Turbo's going to not let me in with this
good
list.
Luck, man.
So,
good luck.
Anyway, thanks everyone.
Safe travels.
Do I need to leave or will it stuff everything up, Johnny? So I just
no, you
disable
can
my
leave.
camera
Yeah,
for
you're
you?
good. You're good. That works.
Okay, I can leave.
All right, take care, man.
Later,
Thanks,
CJ.
everyone.
Bye.
Peace, guys.
So yes, for anybody who's not aware, CJ is about to go catch the plane to head to Sweden right now. So that's where he's going. He thought he had a bit longer, but he's got to go. So hopefully he makes it.
He's got to finish packing because
He's got to finish packing.
He's not packed. Okay, that explains it then. Why is he not packed? Oh my goodness.
It sounds like something he would do.
It really does. Okay, so we are on. Okay, it's back to. Oh no, it's just on to Dazerin. Yeah, Dazerin.
Yeah.
Number 2.
My number 2, he's got a lot of drive. The top 2 just came to me in terms of like I had to look at everything, encompassing like careers and stuff like that. And I won't go on a long tangent, but I will say I'll put Garrett G down at number 2. I think, like I said, Garrett G.
What?
A lot of drive.
Wow.
A lot, like a great player. Again, to me, one of the best on NRG. I mean, him and Justin, we've had this conversation. But definitely love Garrett. It was really close between him and my number 1. Really close.
What? Your number 1 is that guy? I need somebody right now in chat to go look on 11 something. It was this month on FT where I was gassing that guy that he's about to have number 1. He's still claiming that Monkey Moon was better than him. I need y'all to go back and look at it. I need y'all, because somehow, some way, that guy has moved up quite a bit on your list.
Go back. Please go back.
Because he's lacking consistency, Chad. I'm consistent.
Go back. That's great. Like, there's no consistency medals, just so you know.
All right, Yummy. Who's number 2?
So a team that I have a lot of belief in from EU is going to be Dignitas. So Jorius I had to put in here. He has such incredible pop-off potential. I think he's had 2 incredible performances across the split. Now, it's a shame to not have Abjack on the list, but again,
it is.
Only one team could have 2 players because, got to rep all the regions as well.
You have done that. Yeah, you have done that.
Yeah, I'd love to have Abjack here. I think those 2 come as a duo for sure in this team. But for me, I'm expecting Jorius to have a huge performance. And then number 1 is Seiko, obviously. And if people are in here going recency bias, this motherfucker spent all of the season absolutely shredding everyone. And I know me and CJ actually got to cast him in a preseason tournament in Gamers for Life, and that's when we first saw him. And We thought he was a nobody then. He was sick then as well. Lost to Archie in that one. Archie was the best player in EU at the time, or maybe excluding Monkey Moon. And Seiko, there's not much recency bias. However, there is the bias of like, we're just expecting him to be able to play well at LAN. And I am backing that just because of how much Endpoint have boot camped across this season. And it's going to be kind of a similar experience at this LAN with no crowd.
Yeah.
It's more like a boot camp playing with people on a high pressure situation rather than a regular LAN, which is just like completely out there with a crowd drowning out all your comms, being really scary, making a lot of movement in your peripherals. So I think that does actually favor Seiko here.
All right. Daz.
So, if you do go back to that episode of First Touch, where I talked about Seiko, who is my number one player, you will go and see where we had a segment where we asked whether or not their win was a fluke or not. And what did I say? What did I say in terms of if the win was a fluke or not? I said,
Did you say it was a fluke?
I said I would need it to see it again. I asked everybody else what were their conditions on if it was a fluke or not. And so we had to see another good performance. They didn't do well the next time, but the tournament after, the regional afterwards, the one that I was even off, I was off and I didn't check Twitter. Obviously, I didn't know anything about the Monkey Moon tweet or anything like that. And I still heard this man's name all across the board. Yep. And from that, I have to put respect on it. I think Seiko is, if I compared him to Garrett G between the number 1 and number 2, I think it's simply because Seiko hasn't had that victory yet. He hasn't had that dub yet. The team is on a run. They've been boot camping really well. And I think Seiko, that drive and that individual performance is why I put him over Garrett.
I wasn't expecting
Archie,
that.
By the way, where's Archie?
Yeah,
No
true.
Archie.
Where is Archie? Wasn't
You
he?
got a lot of Seiko. You got a lot of Seiko recency bias. Got Cassie on your list. No Archie.
No Archie, man.
Yeah, you got a lot going on there. Garrett G somehow is below Seiko, and your list was surprising to me. You've been talking about LAN experience, but you still got Seiko above him. You called it a fluke, even though you keep saying you need to win again.
Did you not listen to me
you still called it a fluke, though.
Okay, so you just didn't listen.
Yeah, you had a condition, but you called it a fluke. I didn't call it a fluke.
Yeah, you didn't listen, but
okay, I did listen. I was giving the chat a little bit more.
No, you didn't, because you just clearly didn't hear anything I said.
All right, number one,
the whole time.
I'm the only person in here who stays consistent. And with that being said, I'm going to have the only red NA player as not number 1. It's going to be Justin. I think Johnny might already have it typed in. I don't know if he does, but he can play it right now. Like I said, the man is just different. It's just something about him. I understand he tweets his emo.
How can you call that consistent? You've never called Justin the best player in North America at all.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. You can go back and chat.
Atomic.
I've never called Atomic the best player in an NA.
You've definitely never called Justin the best player.
I definitely have. You can go back and check the tape. You can go back and check the tape. Somebody go check back all the tape. You'll see Justin number 1 somewhere in there. It's either Justin or it was Nick. Or it was FK. I don't know if I ever say FK is the best. But I know Justin and Nick are up there for sure. But other than that, like I said, the manager's different, man. I understand that he seems disinterested. I understand, Johnny, that sometimes it just looks like he wants to go play another game. I understand that he might not have the hours. But when the money's on the line, man, he's just different. I already made my case for him earlier, and I'm going to say it again. The man tweeted out, I don't want to play the game. I'm not playing the game, and still played championships and was the best player.
Yeah, but that's an NA though.
Any region.
That was NA though.
True. And he said, "I want to play LANs." That was explicit in his tweet longer. I missed LANs. The last time the man was on a LAN, he deserved that Finals MVP. I don't know how Turbo won it, but Turbo got it. Congratulations, but he deserved the Finals MVP. And before that, he's always just been dominant, man. Like, it's just consistency upon consistency. I got him with my boy Seiko. Cause like I said, I'm not taking LAN experience too much into account. But Seiko's never been there. Justin's been there. Justin, if they had won the season 5 one, he would have been the MVP of that too. So I mean, like, the man is just.
Nah, T-Bates, my problem with what you said, most of that's fine. But the problem I have is that, Justin said He just needs a LAN to come back. No LAN is affecting his like motivation. Then in the middle of the first regional final, he like tweets out, "Let's go play another game," and then they lose. Like they lost. So if they'd be like won, I would have thought, okay, he's probably just joking, and they're actually like sweating here. But they lost. Like he tweets out something like, "Oh, I don't really care. Let's go play another game."
Tournament though, he didn't care.
But like that's how you get. That's how you get to the LAN. Is the point though? If you want to play LANs, win the regionals. People are like saying, all the NRG fans are saying it was a joke. Nah, come on, man. They lost.
No,
they lost.
He still tried. They still tried to some extent. I mean, the man was busting out a merc. Yeah, you gotta take that somewhere.
They're playing mercs. They're tweeting that they'd rather play Valorant, and they lost. If they won doing all that, I think, okay, they probably just did the merc thing to get in First Killer's head. First Killer sometimes get triggered when people use mercs against him or use funny cars against him. It doesn't look like their heads are in the game though. They're pulling out the mark. What was it?
All
him and Squishy.
Online. It's all
but that's
online.
how you make the major. That's how you make the major. You want to make
it anyways. He understands they top 5 and 8.
Oh yeah, I know.
He understands that.
I agree, and it's really free. But still, that's how you get the seeding for the major. Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Listen. He's just
Head's not in the game. Head's not in the game. Well, not like
he'll be in the game. He'll be in the game. He'll be the best player at this lane. He'll be the best player. Everybody's picking NRG for some reason, and they got that man. You picked NRG, so Squishy must be like 16 on your list. You picked no, you did. You picked
me first killers, 16.
Oh yes, so Squishy must be 17. Because you got Justin really low.
Squishy would be 17. No, I've got like other honorable mentions. Let me find my list. Hold on. There's like so many like players. I mean, this is 15 is really not a lot. I mean, I've only picked one BDS player here. We like snuck in a second endpoint player. I only went for Chicago, no JNAPs, no Drees. Like there's a lot of teams here that I've only picked one player from. I've already got 2 NRD players in here. So like I'd probably like put in other players from other teams before like getting a full squad represented. Did anybody get a full squad in? I think
I did.
Daz did. Full Envy. That Envy have got to be like winning or top 2 if all their players are that high.
No, they have to be winning if he has Turbo at 4. So
Atomic 3-4 and Mist. Yeah, Envy have to be winning. How do you think?
Envy's winning.
Envy's winning then if that list is true, unless maybe Squishy 16. It's an Envy.
Turbo might have cracked my list if he wasn't shooting 4%. But I mean that's near here nor there. That's near here. I mean I'm not saying on that.
The Turbo, so much on Turbo today, man.
Yeah. I saw it live. I was in Discord with you and I was in Discord. You might have been casting.
I was in
Discord with.
I think I was off that weekend, but yeah, you were the casters. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you saw my pain. You heard it. It was evident. There was a lot of pain. I'll never forget that. But yeah, Justin's at my number 1. I think it's fair to put him there. I think Garrett does want it more than him. He's gonna want it more at LAN, but I think when it comes down to it, Justin's just better than Garrett. And that's not even saying Garrett's still top 5. Justin's just.
I think Justin's got higher potential than Garrett, but he's not like. I think that Garrett is way closer to his max potential right now than Justin is, based on Regional 3. I don't know. I just wasn't that impressed with what I saw in Regional 3 from NRG as a whole, but mostly just
Justin. House money. When did they secure the number 1 seed? When they made top 8?
It was like Regional 2.
This all matters for the whole season, though. It still matters for the whole season. It all rolls over into like seeding for other events, seeding for Worlds. Like every like additional round you win, you might auto qual for something else. Like it all rolls over. It all matters. It's the Worlds is the goal. You know, where are people already slacking?
Like that's what they still try.
Yeah, where are people already? If you can't say people, they can slack off Regional 3. Nah, there's like Worlds.
They didn't lose to Envy. They lost to Atomic, that bad man himself, and Nick Costello, and Turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
They lost to Envy. And Envy, once again, choked another 3-1 lead.
Justin wasn't impressive in that series, though. Like, he didn't look like Justin against Envy. That
he did not. Series. I will give you that.
That was like the first. That was like the first test they had since the previous regional. They didn't get tested in Swiss. Who did they play in Swiss? I just know they didn't get tested.
Realistically, if you're an NA, you have to come top 3 to skip the wildcard phase of Worlds, as in top 3 points overall across the season for NA. Because there's probably going to be either 3 or 4 invites, minimum 3. And that's the cutoff point. If you're having any bad days, then you may end up having to go through wildcards.
Yeah.
I just think like Regional 3 like matters a lot. It tells you a lot about form going into this. That's why like I put Monkeyman lower, Archie put him up, Seiko top. You know, like players who look like they're doing well right before the LAN. I think that's indicative of who's going to do well at the LAN. That and a few other things, of course.
So you got Justin at 11 though, just off of one series, really? I mean, you're trying to split.
I thought Mist and Atomic were way better than him. I thought Monkey Moon. I mean, everybody's 6 and above, like 7 and above. They're all like insane. Jack's nuts. Atomic's really good right now. He like before last regional, I would have had Justin over Atomic and Shad for sure. You know, maybe
you got Shad about you. Are you judging Shad because he played an extra series? Because Shad's series was the most pressure that anybody's faced so far,
and he popped
this
off
season. And he did pop off, but he wasn't against one of the best teams in the game, though. It was against SSG. SSG's top 6 team in NA, top 6 team in A, but they're not like NRG or something. He didn't do that against NRG.
SSG,
he didn't do that against Envy.
SSG
So why are we judging Shad's performance so much?
SSG went to game 7 against Envy, 4 overtimes, and NRG only took a game off them. Like SSG are still up there. They're still one of the best in NA.
But they're not NRG and Envy. In G2 now.
Cole went game 7 with FaZe. Like, come on. Like, Cole are good. Complexity are good. They're clearly like one of the best in NA now. They're not just like lucky to be
facts. There. No, they're definitely not lucky. But
and Shad's nuts. This guy's been out of his mind. He's playing so well. I think like I have to put him in the top 15. Man.
I was thinking about putting him top 15, but having him over Justin that's a stretch. That's a stretch. And over First Killer. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting you on First Killer in the list.
Yeah, it's because FaZe are just getting worse and worse every event. Like,
oh my days. You don't have First Killer on your list. You and Yumi don't have First Killer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't either. I didn't even notice.
And then Damar doesn't have Archie. Chat, please. Chat, if there's ever a time where you need to side with Bates, it's today. It's today.
Gosh.
But I mean, Daz and CJ don't have AJ.
CJ's list best, so it's too late
okay, but they're all trolling though. That's all they do is troll.
T-Base, you're the only person who has 2 FaZe players. Everyone else has 1 FaZe player, and 2 of the Daz and CJ picked First Killer. Me and Yumi went with AJ. Like I feel like it's been a 2 like AJ First Killer have been. You could say AJ for the guy for FaZe this season. You could. He's been right there with First Killer.
I don't know how you're seeing that. How? What are you watching that's letting you lead to that conclusion?
Nah.
AJ's
good.
You said it yourself. First Killer left the team, and that team. How many points does Rogue have right now? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me how many points Rogue has right now. Somebody look it up. Who's on Wikipedia?
Who's on like that, please?
Who's on Wikipedia? You said it yourself. This man was. You said it was him and Monkey Moon were clearly the 2 best players on CSX. And now all of a sudden you have this man out of the top 15. How did you manage to do that? How did he drop that far? His numbers are 480 a game, 0.98, 4 shots a game. How did he drop? What happened to him, Johnny? He forgot how to play Rocket League? They won the first regional because the man was unstoppable. He hit the negative angle shot against Envy, man. I hopped out my
You love your 1 goals. You love like picking 1 goal and being like, yep, this is the moment. This is why.
It was the moment, man. It was a moment. He said, FaZe First Killer. He was the biggest offseason signing. And FaZe could do nothing without him last year. And they picked up that guy, man. And now they top 5 in the game, man.
Listen, I know you love your stats. I know you love your stats. I like to go a little bit on the stats, a little bit on the eye test, because I think you can tell a lot about a team by just watching. You don't even need to see the stats. But since you like the stats so much, I went to the trouble of looking up the stats for regionals 1 and 3, the 2 times that FaZe made bracket. And funnily enough, in regional 1, AJ actually has a higher rating than First Killer. Didn't actually know that. And in the third regional,
rating even taking into account.
Well, it doesn't take into account. It doesn't take into account. It's better than score because you don't get rating for bumping a teammate after a goal is scored. You get points after bumping a teammate after a goal is scored. So it's a more accurate depiction of who actually did well. And AJ beat First Killer. He was actually the highest performing player in all of NA in regional 1. And then in the second one, they're both like neck and neck. So. Since you like your numbers, so you should probably go look at
That's why AJ's on the list. The eye test has First Killer above him, but AJ's been playing.
Yeah, but look at the difference. Look at the gap there. I had them right together. I had them 15-16 because FaZe have not been looking that good. I don't think they're going to do that well at LAN. So I've got to like show that in my list here. But they're close together. You got them other right. What's First Killer doing up there, man? What is he doing?
You saying Complexity's got to do better than FaZe? I mean, I guess. Are you saying that SRG are going to do better than FaZe?
I think they're kind of like I think FaZe SRG, Vitality. You could even like throw Furia in there if they hit a good stride. There's a lot of teams. I think they're all missing bracket. I don't think they're making bracket. I don't think any of those teams are making bracket.
You don't rate anyone who's not from NA or EU. Wait. Tbates and Daze. Who's your top player from non-NA or EU?
Why you do that? I don't want to answer your question now.
Who's my top player from non-NA EU? Oh, I was stuck. I was gonna say either Fever or Ahmed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably say Amit.
I was Fever Ahmed, but I'd probably go with my boy Ahmed.
Yeah, I almost actually put Amit on this list.
No, Yummy, I do have a non-NA team, non-NA EU team making top 8. Complexity.
No, yeah. Well, that's why I didn't say you. You know. Like,
yeah, I
these
think
guys have all. NA.
FaZe have beaten Complexity a few times, but I think if they meet on LAN, Complexity win because they got the ice. I'm very impressed with them playing under pressure. FaZe, I think they're up there, but I think they're like maybe 9th or 10th for me at this LAN. Right now in the power rankings.
I think for Complexity, there needs to be an added stats, and I've actually asked Direct for this stat of flip resets per minute. How many flip resets per minute can a team get? And if it's really high there for Shad and Raze Ball, then Complexity will win.
That's interesting because the flip resets per minute.
Because it's possible to get that stat. Like you can know if you get an extra flip off the ball. So. Nobody's done it yet, and we'll see if it's possible to get that before.
I want to move Jory I want Jory as a monkey move to swap for me. Other than that, I'm pretty happy.
Here, I'll do it for you because I'm feeling bad that you got Jory is so wrong. Oh my goodness, what is he doing down here?
No, because Jory is so weird.
Even 11 is so wrong for Jory. Jory's been insane.
I can see him being the best player here, but I also can see him being like 20. He doesn't always play his game. You know what I'm saying? Cause like even Johnny, you know better than anybody when he plays 1v1, he's unstoppable. So like,
what about regional?
So like last year,
forget regional 1. I was gonna say, forget regional 1. Jory has been extremely consistent. Regional 2 and 3, he's been insane.
Two, he was up there with Seiko Archie type level gameplay. Even more.
I think 3 as well. They were pretty good against Endpoint. They lost, but they were still like looking pretty good. I don't think it was bad showing.
I think Abjack and Jorius didn't play that well in 3, and SK actually played better than he had been playing. I thought Scrub was playing the first 2. I thought Scrub was playing really solid in the third one, but Abjack and Jorius weren't really helping him too much.
I think they were all right. I don't think they did too badly. I predicted Endpoint to beat them, but that's because I think Endpoint just bracket. They've got different level on bracket. They've not lost in bracket this season. It's as simple as that.
That's fair.
People probably think like Dignitas are not doing that well because they lost 3 games to Queso, but Queso are actually pretty good. That team's pretty scary. Queso's a scary team, but they're new.
Impressive in this last round.
Queso's actually good, so people probably think who are these players? Wow, Dignitas suck, but it's the other way around. It's actually Queso who are good, not Dignitas who are bad in that matchup there.
Hey Johnny, I actually have a bet with Rise. He said that he's going to win this season of RLCS. And if he doesn't, I get $100. And if he does, he gets $500, which is the dumbest bet I've ever fucking heard.
What?
But he obviously backs himself.
What? Why would he?
If he wins, right, he gets 200K USD and he gets an extra 500 for me. It's just the worst bet ever imaginable.
That's
and
class.
I can't wait for my $300. This is going to be sick.
Rise to win. I mean, I said they're good. They're not that good. Come on.
If he said to make worlds, I'd be a little bit more reserved on that bet. But I'm all the way.
Also, I know I have no color in my list, and it's just because it's hard for me to gauge how good the other regions are. I need to see everybody against.
Well, to give you an idea of how good Sam are, their best team came to NA, stole one of the spots, and now they've got a super team.
Okay, time out. Don't just say their best team. They're by far best team.
It wasn't by far. No, they weren't by far. They were not by far. Furia were actually pretty close.
How many more points did they have over Furia? They had a lot of points.
Furia were pretty close to them, but actually Furia have just upgraded because they picked the best player who wasn't on their team. Now it's a super team. Furia is a super team now. Yan's on their team. Yan Kaio Kart. That's crazy. The name value of that team is absurd. That's why I put them alongside teams like FaZe, Vitality, Sandrock. I could see them making a deep run here, but I predict them not to make bracket. I think they're
there's been very
7th to
few
10th.
super teams. We were talking about this, me and Johnny, in history,
9th to 11th.
and the last super team that we can think of was Kami Torsos Drippe, who had the best performance
from a minor region super team.
Those are the 3 best players from that region who formed together for that season.
They got 4th at RLCS. These minor region super teams could do well.
I also wanted to put Yan in here. Yan up here.
Yeah. I was tossing up back and forth between Card and Yan. So
yeah, see, you just said 2 Furia players right there, and then you got Kyle the Great One.
No, Furia's new team, I think, could also really do some damage in NA as well. But maybe not by far last year for TA, but they definitely were about 2 steps.
They were the best, but imagine
they're still probably about 2-3 steps.
But the second best team and the third best team amalgamated, and now they've got a super team.
Exactly, and now Furia, exactly. If you put that Furia team in NA as well, I think that team could also contend.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here's a major question: if SSG were going to LAN, would you have one of the SSG players in this top 15, Bates?
Yeah.
I
would have had the man who a lot of people probably don't think who didn't have a really good game in that game 7. I would have had Sip. I think SSG goes as Sip goes, but he probably would have been at the bottom. He'd probably take out AJ, put Sip.
Are you thinking that Sip is just way better as teammates, and then that all of Complexity are very similar in skill, or is it? I
don't say Sip's way better, but Sip is the catalyst. He is slightly better than both of them. And I do think that Complexity I don't even know if any of them are like ultra talented, like eye popping. Like you watch Typical play, Johnny's done videos on his stream. You watch Typical play. He's like eye-popping talent. You watch Complexity play. It's not necessarily any of them are just like it's like a Seiko Justin level type beat where they're just moving and like nobody can do that. They play like really solid team play. They're if you want to like they're up there with like Envy in terms of like you want to watch a team style Rocket League. Like they're all in sync, and that's what makes them so great. And then Shad popped off in probably the most high pressure moment so far in the season. So that's why I said like outside Turbo it probably would have been Shad. Like Shad also almost made his list, but.
I'll say though, even before seeing that tiebreaker, Shad was probably already in top 15. Even if he didn't, like if they just had more points than Space Station and got in, and they didn't have to play a tiebreaker, I probably still would have had Shad in my top 15. Like I just put him up higher because of that.
You moved him up?
Yeah. I would have definitely had him in there. I would say
Shad is the best player on that team, though. I think we can all agree on that.
I would have probably put him at 12. I moved him over Alpha and Justin because of that tiebreaker. I just bumped him up into the top 10. I was like, this guy needs to be top 10. Because of that,
I think Razebull has games where he is better than Shad, but Shad is
not consistent,
better.
Right? Yeah.
Shad's insane.
AJG does his thing too. So I mean, they're.
I will admit something though. I was baffled. I did not expect the top end of Dazerin's list. This is to put Seiko 1. Never saw that coming. Turbo and K-Dot top 5. I never saw this coming either. This is. When I saw the Appjack 7, I was like, okay, it's just going to be all NA from here.
It's so
Turbo,
funny. Like, I definitely believe in my asterisk here. Like I've had moments around when like there have been people who like have come to my chat and they'll be like, "Hey, Daz, can you predict like a thing?" And I'll have like Dig K-Dop was when he was on Vitality. I have them in the finals, and they'd be like, "There's no way you think Vitality make a finals." This was like reciprocity, like that land. They're like, "There's no way you think Vitality's making finals." I'm like, "Listen, if K-Dop makes day 3, they're going to make the grand finals." He's like, "I'll bet on it." And I literally bet and won that bet because like it was just like that's how much I believe in it. I legitimately do believe in that. Like obviously there's like an asterisk or whatever, but it is something that is like super hilarious. I don't know. I mean, it was really tough with the whole Cassio Archie because I had Cassio and Archie both at 14.
How though? What are you watching?
Can you like let me speak?
I'm sorry.
Dang, what's wrong with you, man?
But seriously, what are you watching though?
I don't know. I don't rate Archie that high. It's just me. I'll rate him that high. I don't know. He just never stood out to me. Anytime I've watched Simper, maybe it's just because I don't like Simper, and I've been so hard on him for so long. I liked Archie back when they were top blokes, but like for me this season, Simper has it's like top chokes. I think I kind of stuck with that like mindset with like top chokes and everything like that. But I just never like ever since then when I watched Simper, I think I obviously I looked to see how like Charsette's performing. The other time I watched, Cassio was peaking, so I never really got to see Archie like do all these things that you guys like rate him super high on. So I never.
Wait, did you not watch the grand
Did
final?
you not watch the grand final, the last one?
No, remember I was off.
He didn't.
Oh.
You're missing out. You should probably go watch that.
Oh,
I
you should
literally
watch
Did
that.
not watch. I was specifically told by my boss to not watch regularly, to not be on Twitter.
All right, well,
I did not see anything last weekend.
As your coworker on FT, I would recommend you watching it. Otherwise, you're gonna get absolutely toasted by Bates come Tuesday. And Raul too, because he's a huge super fanboy. So if I were you, I would go watch it unless you want to be made a fool of on the mainstream.
Oh yeah.
Also, because it was a great series. You should watch it. It was a good series.
Okay.
Very, very good.
But that's like the only reason why I don't have this, because like I just haven't had that like viewpoint.
No, Daz was just told to take a break. So he was like doing a lot of Rocket League stuff. So
yeah,
it was fair enough. But it's a must watch. That was an insane series. Seiko versus Archie.
It was a duel. It was a duel.
Seeing the endpoint cam, I love watching the endpoint cams. Every time anything happens, I'm just like loving what I'm seeing. Like something good happens.
Even when they get scored on, on too. It's like we're going to win anyways.
That's why I think Seiko's probably going to be fine on land though, because he's got that beside him. Like even he does mess up sometimes. He'll just whiff, but it's fine. Like he just gets right back into the play and doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. Other players that like make one mistake and it's like, oh, I'm chucked. We lost. They get so down on themselves and their teammates just don't really help them out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and GC pointed on chat that our boy CJ doesn't have juries in his list at all.
CJ's list doesn't even need to be talked about. He's straight up trolling. What is CJ doing? Like, I could see an argument for the top 4, but from then on, there's a few good ones in there, but most of it is just like, what is it? What is this?
I think it's okay to put Abjack above Jurias, but not like at least 9 points above Jurias. Who did CJ have as his shout out?
Oh yeah, who is his honorable mention?
Relate him. No.
Chat helps out here.
Somebody in chat will remember.
Chad, does anyone remember who CJ's?
Oh, it's Shad.
It was Shad.
Yeah, because he put Shad. He put Shad outside of the card in.
Yeah.
He went Shad outside card in. No,
did I lose the fan vote?
Yes, CJ won the fan vote, of course.
CJ won. You did well.
No, you got you got best of the rest, but I mean,
okay, so I actually won.
Yeah, but that's just because it's like 3 a.m.
No,
so
it's because
Europe's sleeping.
CJ stole all of my votes.
Europe's
I had
sleeping.
all the votes, but, yeah.
If Europe's awake, I win because I actually have the best list. But all of the NRG fans are awake.
No FK in here.
No, I didn't put First Killer in here. I explained why. I put Justin 11. I explained why, and all the NRG fans are watching, so they voted for you because you have Justin at 1 and not me because I have Justin at 11. So obviously you were going to win this, but I think Justin at 1. Justin at 1 is
Daz last,
speculation.
So that's all.
That makes a lot of sense. The Mars list, as CJ said, would look great in 2017 in season 4.
Yeah, I got the boomer vote.
We just gotta scroll down. Yeah, we just gotta get Seiko out of there. Then it looks really good.
This list would be so great in 2017.
Well, look at this. Look at this old list. Just blur out Abjack Jarius. Ooh.
Get rid of Atomic probably. And then
It was actually much more troll until we started talking. I originally had Turbo at 1 because I was gonna do that. I was gonna do the whole Turbo Land Sweden thing, but then I was like,
Honestly, I feel like Turbo at 1 would make more sense. The Turbo at 4. The Turbo 1, I'd be like,
I need to start
see.
throwing in some asterisks to make my predictions.
Yeah, you got
better,
to.
You know,
man.
I can't be wrong. Like Fever has an asterisk on me, either really good or really shit.
Our asterisk picks.
Either really good or really. Oh man,
he's the biggest placebo I know. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you all on again. I don't want to keep this too late. Although it's Yummy. What are you up to today? When are you traveling to Sweden?
December the 2nd.
Oh, so you got a bit.
Everyone's going. Although, like everybody else is going on December the 3rd, but it takes me 24 hours to get there. So
Americans are going the 2nd.
Yeah, I'm going the 2nd.
Oh, but you're also traveling forward, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a literal 24-hour flight.
Yeah.
Back in time.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh wait, where do you fly first, Yummy?
to Dubai, and then Dubai to Sweden.
So you're chasing the sun.
No,
you're running away from the sun. You're running away from the sun.
Are you gonna be with the Sandrock players?
No, I don't think they fly to Dubai.
I guess there could be a possibility, but I don't think.
I doubt they fly from Dubai because they're all in Saudi Arabia, which is closer than Dubai.
I have the same flight as their coach, so I know multiple people are going to be on my flight. But,
unfortunately, Bates has finals.
I'll be on the same flight back with all the OC boys. Everybody's on the same flights back, as far as I know.
Even Kami, who lucked in to Daz and tbates. Did you guys hear about this? About Kami?
Yeah, I heard about that. The odds of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's actually absurd.
That's amazing. I was wondering if anybody. That's just what is that? Just like a pool? It's like a randomizer. Like how's it like determined?
So. It's a lottery, and each time I don't know how many were in this lottery, but each time it's always been over 40,000. And there were 4,000 total slots this time. People have gone into 8 different lotteries and not made it. And
is it handful?
He made it.
Crazy.
He made it into his first lottery, and not only did he make top 4,000, he was number like 860. And I was sitting there with him while he was doing it, and we were like, "Hang on, is this like 860 outside of that 4,000, or is it just 860th in the queue?" And it was 860th in the queue.
That's amazing. That's blessings. That means that maybe they're destined to do great. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It was going to be really bad. We would have had the first diamond to ever play at RLCS. It was going to
oh yeah, because the coach is you would have had to play, right? Like they had no other option. Yeah. That's so hilarious.
Okay, get this. Their sub didn't want to go. He was just like, "Oh, no, there's too much pressure." He was just like, "I don't want to go. I don't
pressure.
There's no pressure.
Yeah. I feel like pressure doesn't make sense. I mean, if he said I don't want to travel 24 hours.
Over 0-1 at all, then everybody would expect me to win it all. I don't understand it. It was crazy.
What? That's the sub dream.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the sub dream, man. You just like sit around all split, miss all the online events and go to the LAN.
Wow. CJ was super excited to go to him and be like, "Oh my God, like, dude, guess what? You get to go to Sweden." And yeah, he didn't want to go.
The musty dream. Yeah, the chat's right. The musty dream. Musty's like, sign me up. I want to be Renegade sub now. All we need is Kami to miss the that like lottery next time, which is likely. It's just a likelihood that he'll miss it.
Does he have to do that every time?
It shouldn't be by the next time because at the moment it's because New Zealand are essentially 0 COVID cases. They do have some in Auckland, but so they have like still quarantine because the difference between bringing in a little bit of COVID and not is huge there.
Well, they can actually,
they should be opened up by February, March next year because they'll have enough vaccinations. They're just being behind on vaccinations.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Like hopefully. Australia, or at least my state, is completely open right now because we have we have 200 extra cases a day. So what's one more? And we're at 90% vaccination for, I don't know, 12 plus or something. So,
man, 90% vaccination. America will never hit that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think overall it's like 78 or something, including like people.
Oh, it's 90% adults. Yeah. Or 90% eligible.
For 12
gotcha.
For everybody eligible. So I did hear that people under 12 are starting to get them in the UK now. So
yeah, I think so. It's just started.
So hopefully more and more opening up.
Hopefully it's a bit more open next time around. This is a bit of a different land, but hey, we've disagreed on almost everything from start to finish this stream. But we can all agree that I don't think there's literally not we agreed in Seiko mostly, but yeah, I don't think there's a single team that could win this LAN and we wouldn't be unanimously happy for them. I'm just genuinely like
it's gonna be amazing.
Like everybody thinks like the NA people are going to be so salty if an EU team wins. EU's people are going to be so salty if an NA team wins. It's all banter. Like literally, we're all fans of all these players, all these teams, and yeah.
Well,
this is hard.
I will be a little salty if NA wins because we won't hear anything more of it from tbates for the next 3 months. So.
My
I'll be happy for the team,
you're just giving me even more ammo to go with on FT and everything else in between, because that just ends the debate right then and there. It's back done. Put it in especially if it's NA only final. Sheesh. But like I said, I wouldn't be mad.
I just hope it's not an EU only final because NA fans will be too salty.
That's gonna ruin the viewership.
They're too salty and they'll just like turn off the stream because they're actually tilted.
We out of there. We're out of there.
But EU's like not salty. We're happy for the underdogs if they win.
Oh my gosh! I just thought about it. It's an EU land, huh? Mm-hmm. That means it's gonna start at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Oh, that's early. That's so early.
It's okay though. Don't worry. It'll go on late.
Yeah.
It'll be you get a chance to tune in just in time for there being no NA teams left in the competition. You know, they're all been eliminated.
I'll be tuning out. Unless it's like a point dig. Oh my.
Nah, come on. Underdog story, NA in the grand final. I believe in you guys.
Underdog story.
You can do this. But chat, that's it from us. I'm gonna raid Sizz. So he's going to Sweden, right? Sizz is gonna be there.
Yeah, should be.
I think so. But yeah, everybody go follow Sizz. And remember to follow tbates, Dazerin, Yumi, and CJ as well on Twitter.
Moderated.
Give CJ a bunch of notifications for when he puts his phone back on. Actually, his phone's probably not in flight mode yet. He didn't leave that long ago. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Don't get too sad about us rating your favorite player too low and a player you hate too high. You're allowed to have a different opinion. And I'll catch you later. Well, thanks, Peanut Butter Jiggles, for the prime. And remember to follow Sizz. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.